Oh, see, it ain't bumping as much as it was. What up, y'all? What up? What up? What it do? GDB's in the motherfucking house tonight, Gold Dirty Bastards. What is good?
Bang bang Niner gang.
Bang bang Niner game. We got that first win under our belt.
Oh yeah, so the
Yes,
hated
indeed.
rival at that. How you like me?
Yeah, but it came at a fucking cost. Something
Episode 79.
79.
Gold Dirty Bastards. You already know what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Trey Lance,
Yeah.
Jimmy G,
So
Kyle
Three
Shanahan.
should the question be, was Kyle at fault? Was he not at fault?
That's what we should. That's what we should lead off with.
Yeah, I mean, yep.
That's what we should lead off with. Trey Lance is done.
Oh,
let me fix this shit. Go ahead. This should be tripping out. I forgot. You gotta like.
I'm kind of taking this count of this shit. Yeah, I mean, fuck. You know, he started off. And see, the thing about that is, he started off, I guess, really well. I was seeing because I missed the first drive of the game, but I went back and watched it. Yeah, I mean, he was even with the running, he was cut Cello off. Now you can't see his motherfucking face.
Well, I could just move that
shit. Yeah, so he started off real good. He has some good runs. So I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. The only thing is that I mean, running wasn't the issue, but it was just Kyle was running him so fucking much, whether it was in Arizona. Yeah, well, how about you get your ass on here and fucking call it live, motherfucker? How about that?
He said his computer's tripping. Big Leo having
we're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Technical difficulties.
We're gonna start GoFundMe for Leo so he can get a new laptop. Get him an iMac. Fuck it, why not? Let's go big with him. Yeah, so that's the thing we've always kind of said, even back to last year, you know, during the Arizona game, we're like, what the fuck is he doing, running him 16 times or whatever the fuck it was, so much, and kind of carried over. I don't think it really carried over too much in the Texans game. I think it kind of chilled on the run a little bit.
It was a great game plan, Texans game.
Yeah. But maybe that is, maybe just don't.
No, I mean, he did run him. Let me see how many times he ran him. I know he ran him, but yeah, it was more of a. You could tell he let him pass the ball in that game.
He did,
yeah.
And I called it last week after the Bears game. I said, this is eerily similar to the Arizona game. You know, this is the type of shit I thought he learned his lesson from, but sure enough, I mean, he didn't. I mean, the Bears game was. I know it was raining and all that, but when did you ever have the need to run your quarterback as a fullback? That's my question. I mean, when you got running backs drafted in the third round. Go ahead.
No, please.
No, I mean, you got quarterbacks. Running backs drafted in the third round, the fourth round. You got these unsigned guys. Everybody's hyping up Jordan Mason. You know, you got a bigger back in Tyrion Price, and you didn't even suit him up against the Bears in a rainy game, where you know the big bruising backs tend to do better than the smaller shifty guys who cut. The big bruising backs go north-south in the rain, you know, traditionally do better because, you know, you're running, you're hitting the holes, you're running over guys. He elected not even to have him on the roster for the game. Then Elijah goes down, and what are you stuck with? You know, and then he didn't even give Mason. Mason hasn't had a carry in the last two games. For all the hype up, and I know it was just the fans hyping it up a lot, but obviously they felt the hype too because they kept him on the roster over Trey Sermon. Yeah. And then you're just not going to give this guy any carries?
No,
it doesn't make any sense. Shanahan, we've been through this. We've covered it on this show many fucking times about his strangeness with the distribution of the running back carries. It doesn't add up ever because he doesn't. There's no real rhyme and reason to it. I guess he's trying to be like Belichick because Belichick does that too. But I think Belichick is more game plan. But better at scheming it out, whatever team he's going against. Whereas Shanahan, there's simply no rhyme and reason to it. You know,
because we never see him work off the play action after he's busted like 6 or 7 runs. It's just, you know, a drop back pass, but you just set it up for a play action or a rollout or a bootleg, and then you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be also, you know, just trying to fake, you know, them out, you know, because they think that might be coming and shit like that. But if you set it up enough, then you know what, you might as well do it at least once. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the distribution of them too that's confusing because he won't do it, and then he'll do it like 4 times in a row. You know what I mean? And it's mind-boggling. I think one of the things that was really telling about this game, if you look at it, was not the distribution, but the plays that Lance was doing. You know what I'm saying? And how many he ran 6 plays, and 3 were run, 3 were pass. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem where you kind of think about a little bit. And I was at the game, right? So every time I seen him take the ball, I kind of cringed. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't running to the outside. You know, he was running.
That's fine. Yeah. Outside is fine, where you can slide or get a.
You know what I mean?
This is going into the teeth of the fucking linebackers.
Exactly.
Bro.
You know what I mean? So every single time I saw him take one up the middle, I fucking cringed. You know what I'm saying? And then on the last one, when he wouldn't get up, I was like, this is fucking wonderful. You know, you're just sitting there hoping that it's not, you know what I mean, the year ender. You know, you're just hoping it's just it's a stinger. Let me walk it off kind of shit. You know what I mean? But when he's laying there and I'm like basically at the goalpost away from the parking lot. So I don't know what that would be, west or whatever the hell it is, end zone. But I seen the motherfucker start up the fucking car, jump in the car, start up the cart, and then ride it over there. He was on my side. So when I saw that, I knew it was done. You know what I mean? Like, just immediately knew that's it. He's not coming back into this game, and he might be done for the year.
Yeah, anytime you get carted off, it's fucking like that. But what's crazy is I thought initially it was probably I just thought he got hit. I thought it was probably like concussion shit. Actually, I didn't even fucking have any idea it was like his foot or nothing like that. Just
I thought it was his knee.
I didn't think it was anything really that bad because the way they tackled him, it seemed like they tackled him from the back, but he ran forward and then they kind of pulled him a little when he fell forward, and then they just landed on his shit like he basically got rolled up. You know what I mean? And so
I see him grab his head or just like kind of like this. That probably could have just been the pain, just probably like, oh fuck, like, I got a broken. But I just see him roll, and I was like, oh, he got fucking clocked with fucking.
He felt the pop, so he was like, oh god, you know what I mean? And of course, and then you see the fucking close up, and his foot's, you know what I mean, just kind of like looks like it's dangling a little there. So
it went a little sideways. I mean, ankles don't normally go like that, but
right, you know what I mean.
So sometimes they do.
It just didn't look right.
Yeah,
I pulled ligaments in my ankle, and that shit didn't feel right or look right. You know what I mean? That shit is not fun. But that's what it is. That just was weird. You know what I mean? Because to me, it just the disparity already was like, all right, so. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it. You know what I mean? Everybody's starting to see all the shit that's getting put out there now. What Kyle said when he first drafted him, he's not Lamar Jackson. You want to run him through the tackles all the time. Have you guys seen that quote?
Yeah, but
I heard it.
So
a few times he said it.
Right. So, that's the problem. You had him before. You know what I'm saying? You game plan for him, and you say that. But then you go ahead and, you use him the way you use him, and it's contradictory to that whole phrase in the first place. The way you've used him since you got him, just goes, like you want to cut that whole sentence out like you didn't say it. And then he tried to back and double down on it and say, oh, well, because we were thin at the running back position, you weren't going to move him to the running back position because of this and that or whatever. Of course, you're going to fucking move him to the damn running back position. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I'm saying? He's a quarterback. You were going to move him there anyway. That was never a fucking option. So why would you bring that up as something that's basically, a shit way to try to just explain away something that's garbage? I mean, everybody saw through that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is too. It's because look, got another guest in the house.
Go. Full house,
Big Leo,
and that's what I think it is though too. I just it wouldn't. I think he set a precedent, kind of like I said. I think the Arizona game almost set a precedent because he was doing all this shit, and what happened at Arizona game? He ended up hurting his fucking knee, right? So you're like, oh, okay, well, this dude's probably
how many times did he run the ball?
He ran like 16 times. He was probably on pace for that shit in this game too, just like he was.
Trey Lance is not out for the year.
No, he is.
No, Shanahan's saying otherwise.
No,
yeah,
Shanahan's
saying no, but Shanahan's saying shutting him down.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's gonna be interesting too. That's going to be interesting, too, because
10 to 12 weeks.
If Shanahan shuts him down and he wants to come back, and Shanny shuts it down, that's kind of
weird.
I don't know if he can do that.
You got to think about deadlines and shit though too. Like there's going to be a deadline where you have to put players on IR. You got that short-term deadline, but then there's also a point where it comes to, okay, are you going to take them off or are you going to leave them on there permanently?
I think you can make it happen for a fucking starting quarterback. I think you can make it whatever adjustments you need to make. give a fucking extra linebacker the boot or whatever you got to do.
But it depends, though, okay? Because you're
no,
talking
it
about
don't depend. It
it
don't
does
depend. When you're
depend.
talking about no, it
On your
doesn't. When you're
fucking-
talking about
Who
this
came back
team's
from a
history
fucking
with
ankle?
injuries at quarterback, when you're talking about this team's injuries at quarterback,
Mhm.
and you're talking about a playoff push, you
Yeah.
want to have
What if
every all hands on deck for that.
Okay,
You're gonna
Jimmy
want
gets
that extra
hurt.
quarterback.
What if Jimmy gets hurt in the
Yeah,
playoff?
exactly.
he could be fully healed, but you got to talk about, dude, like you just shit.
Well,
even gonna
12
be
weeks from
fucking
now,
ready. But
he
is
by,
that-
by I'm talking about. Say we get a bye week or
Is
whatever.
that a healing process, or is that the process that takes your ankle
They
to
said
fucking get
fully healed
reacclimated
by
and
week 12,
fucking
by
put
12.
everything back in there?
Yeah.
fully
Question
healed by
here.
10
Because
to
you
12
can heal
weeks.
from the
Some
break.
extra.
So you can
Oh,
give
you
him an
can
extra
heal from
couple
the
weeks
break.
off. Is my point, Womack. You're not listening. You can give him
Go
an
ahead,
extra
stop
week
cutting
off
everybody,
because
Brett.
if you go 12 weeks from now, that's only week 14. Playoffs start week 19, right? So that gives him an extra month. So that's my point. You can have him on the roster. It can still be. I know that's what your concern is. It'll still be Jimmy's team, but Trey will be the backup.
No, that's not.
Is
That's
my
not even
point.
the concern. My point is, if
That's
he
your
comes
concern.
back,
I know you're fucking concerned.
nah. But he takes time to fucking heal. Like, trust me, he got ligament damage too. It ain't just a fucking bone fracture.
I
The motherfucker
Well, then
understand
you
had
that.
also
ligament.
don't worry about, you know what I'm saying, field rust, dude. You know what I mean? He's already been sitting for 2 years and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And barely got a taste of the game and the speed of it. And then, he comes back after how many weeks? Is this even a issue if it's not Trey Lance? What if it's Brock Purdy? Were we talking about this? That's the thing that I'm wondering. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
it might
But
Probably
it
not
isn't,
because nobody
yeah.
wants Purdy to start. So I mean,
Of course.
Nobody's.
But I'm saying that's the issue here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to force him back into the lineup? And he
but that
didn't
could probably
basically.
happen.
Well, no, Kyle's saying
2
no.
years.
Kyle's saying he doesn't want him in.
No, I know what he's saying, but
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying
okay,
what do we want? You know what I mean? Are we,
Oh, I
is
would if he's healthy and able. Like I said, I'll give him that extra month off, and of course,
and then bring him
depending
for the
on how it is. But
postseason
I'm saying
roster.
if everything looks good, if the doctor is saying it's good, they're saying he can play. If you guys want to be cautious, go ahead and be cautious. But there's an extra month in between, the first playoff game and the timetable for his supposed return. So in that case, I'll give him that extra month off.
That's what, and then bring him in during the postseason
And bring him in. I'm not just going to say, oh, he's done. He's shut down. With this team's history, with injuries, Jimmy can't stay healthy. Now apparently Trey can't stay healthy.
Right.
That's
No,
the
I
most
understand
important
what you're
position
saying with that.
on the roster.
What I'm saying
I'm
is
more speaking to this asshole.
What I'm saying is basically do you bring him back? Because all right, let me pose this question to you guys.
What's up,
I don't know
Vet?
if you guys what's
Yeah,
up,
what
Vet?
up, Vet?
I mean, I don't know if you guys remember when Carlos Rogers was out for hell, I don't remember what he did. He fucked himself up and he was out for about probably 6 weeks. And then Roscoe Parrish came in to his place and started dominating on the run for, I think it was was it the next year when we were playing Seahawks, I believe it was.
Indeed, Vet. Go ahead. Sorry.
Get my wish.
So
I didn't wish that.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember the Seahawks game. It's when Cap threw the pick and we got bounced out. Was that 2014?
The Sherman tip?
Yeah.
That was 2013,
maybe.
2013?
Yeah, that's 2013.
Okay, so it would have been 2014 Super Bowl. So they go and all that bullshit. I think one of the main issues in that game was, bringing Carlos Rogers back because he was ready, and he was healthy to come back from injury. The guy sat for 6 weeks. Parrish was on a tear. He had like 3 picks in those 6 games. You know what I mean? He was tearing shit up. And then you replace him with Rogers. Rogers fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? He was too slow to, to his guy and all kinds of shit.
What else?
So
the thing though, too?
Is Trey the better option bringing him back, or should he start at QB3?
No, I'm not saying to start him. I'm saying bring him.
He should start. I'm saying as backup QB if you do bring him back under that scenario.
I'll take him over Purdy, yeah.
Well, let's take him over Purdy, yeah, for sure.
Well,
but
let's
Purdy
say had game time though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying this season is Jimmy's. This is Jimmy's year.
Obviously, I'm not talking about
this
Jimmy.
point.
We already know by this point, Jimmy's the guy.
But I'm saying Trey ain't coming back no matter what to take the spot unless Jimmy gets hurt.
Well, I'm saying it's a hypothetical under which we were talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? So would you take Trey over Purdy even if Purdy won you a couple games?
Well, yeah, I think Trey's definitely Trey bum leg.
I'm not as high on Purdy as everybody else. I seen that ugly ass pick he threw in that game. That was like a terrible interception in that preseason game.
No, he had his lows, but he definitely had his highs too. But I'm not
I don't see him as a potential.
I'm not saying he's better at Lance, but what I'm saying is if he comes in and he wins us a couple games and and God forbid, he has to come into the game, So
he's coming in.
my
It's just a
question
matter of when.
okay.
He might,
You know what I mean?
and
But it's
that
like
seems to
if he
be-
does come in and he does admirably, like you know what I'm saying, and he wins you a couple of games and he's had his feet in the water and he took care of his business, but Trey can come back for the postseason. I don't know if I could take Trey over, Trey over him. You know what I mean? Because he's got the hot hand. He's gonna want to ride the hot hand. I wouldn't completely say Trey, you ain't gonna play. But I would limit him to what he could do and how he could help as a decoy or something like that. But still, you got to get him back to that speed of the game, is all I'm saying, before you bring a guy in who's basically sat for 3 years and only played sparingly.
I think this is a moot point anyway because Shanny's going to shut him down. I think if Shanny has his way, he's going to shut him down.
Well, he already said it. He said he's done for the year anyway.
Which doesn't make any sense because wouldn't you want to wait to make that call to see how he's healing up? It's just he's handled this whole situation.
It's just weird, all the decision that's going on, and right now all the fucking conspiracy theorists are like, "See, we told you he did it to get Jimmy back in.
He did. That's stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't make no sense.
That's just what
that
he said.
happened.
You know what I mean? You could go on a blog.
I wouldn't put it past him, bro. What he did to RG3. What he did to RG3, and he wanted Cousins in there.
But then now he has a track record, bro.
But
what I mean?
No,
because they don't. It's obvious that he doesn't know how to use these guys, or he doesn't think that they could get injured.
Well, we said that anyway. That he probably won't even use them right. But that's the thing, though.
It's not an outright. I'm gonna get him injured. It's like if he gets hurt, he gets hurt.
I don't even think it's
Jimmy
that because look how many people he tried to replace Jimmy with. As every available fucking quarterback under the sun, he was trying to fucking get.
Oh, they were flirting the whole time.
This dude is terrible.
Jimmy. So
man.
it's not. So, but that's what I'm saying.
Kyle Shanahan is a terrible at handling personnel. He wants to be like Bill Parcells with that shit, where he tries to get guys like shook up and maybe motivate them. That's my take. But he's not good at. He's not like a Bill Parcells. He's not good
but that's what I'm saying. But that whole scenario don't even make no sense. He wanted to get hurt on purpose or none of that because he was trying to get. We've been trying to get rid of this motherfucker for like 2 years, right?
But the rumors are that he did not like what he seen out of Trey in the training camp.
Okay, but he didn't like what he seen out of fucking Jimmy. So why are you gonna sabotage someone in order for another?
Well, I think he liked Jimmy a little more than Trey at this point.
I wouldn't say that he didn't like what he saw out of Jimmy. I just think he thought he could get better. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Exactly.
He felt that Jimmy was at his ceiling now, and it's not going to really get that much better. And it's not conducive to winning at that point.
Real quick, let me get this point in.
Then why would you even do that though? See that still doesn't. Even
I was listening to.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's a conspiracy. What happened?
Oh, that's stupid.
I was listening to 95.7 this morning, right? Okay. Who was it? Fucking Bonte and Butcher Boy, and there was a caller in there, and he made a fucking good point. When Harbaugh went and got Kaepernick, he was really like working with him. You know what I mean? He was like, whereas you're not seeing that. You're not seeing this embrace from Kyle to Trey Lance. It's more cold. It's more
because this is a quarterback.
It's more weird.
Played that position, so you know what I'm saying. I think they had that connection right away, even with Alex. You know what I'm saying? When, we talked about that, you know what I'm saying? How, right before the game started, slap his pads, his helmet, get him,
hyping him up.
But even deeper, going deeper to see how Harbaugh worked with Cap. He tailored that playbook to his needs. Whereas Shanny, I don't think is capable of this.
Well, he doesn't do that for any fucking buddy. Like he doesn't work around none of his fucking player skill sets.
And that's part of the problem. This is my point.
And I'm running
my point.
Yeah, but he's always done that shit though.
But to a young quarterback coming into the league, that's not how you do things. That's not how you do things.
But even with Jimmy, even that whole 5 game stint in 2017, he was doing shit that Jimmy was comfortable fucking doing. That's why he was, you know what I mean, doing as he was.
I read an editorial yesterday from actually it was a video. It was basically YouTube fucking video from David Lombardi. He writes for The Athletic, and he brought up a pretty interesting point to me on the show and shit. Right, so I'm sitting here listening, and he's basically talking about when Jimmy came in 2017. He came in 2017, and he led the league. Like, and this is above in them 5 games that got him his contract. He was leading the league in air yards. You know what I'm saying? Over fucking what's his name? Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? You fucking name it. He was the guy that was hitting the long balls. And then that's really weird because you flash forward to 2019 and he can't throw a long ball to save his fucking life. But in 2017 he was knocking shit out, and then in that 5 games it wasn't even close. So it makes you wonder, you know what I mean? And then he kind of touched on something that made me wonder: is Kyle? Because the name of the before I get past it, the name of the video was "Let Jimmy Cook." You know what I'm saying? So the question was, is Kyle micromanaging Jimmy? You know what I'm saying? And if he is, and if he's letting him know, look, because that's what he does with all these guys. Because how many of these guys can get in the fucking doghouse and nobody knows why? Why? Because you're not running his system the way he wants you to. And if you don't do it exactly the way he wants you to, you're on the fucking outs with him. You know what I mean? And Jimmy knows this. So maybe something going on there, because from 2017 to 2018, he was a lost year, but he was still doing decent with a deep ball back then, even 2018. And then 2019, all of a sudden, it's, basically the West Coast offense, and it was weird because all of a sudden,
I think our O-line is part of it. Because when they got Jimmy, they went and drafted McGlinchey, but they never really solidified that O-line. They got Trent Williams, but they kind of
a decent O-line with Staley and Lakin. You know what I'm saying? The center position was definitely a place of concern, and then
they made running the priority.
Doing all right.
But the O-line, they made running the priority because they didn't get a pass blocker in McGlinchey.
Right. But if you see,
and I think they continued that pattern.
And he got injured, but then all of a sudden he can't. He can't do. He can't throw a deep ball for the life of him, and not because he can't. We all know that he can throw a deep ball.
He can throw a deep ball. I keep telling people this. He can throw a fucking deep ball.
I don't see it. I don't see that one.
It might not be accurate. You know what I'm saying?
And so what good is that? That's pointless, though.
That's
but Trey ain't accurate either. Like, he ain't accurate downfield like that.
On deep passes, he's accurate. I've seen him accurate.
We're not talking about all of that, though.
No, they're wide.
Let's go.
If you're not playing free, you know what I'm saying, and you're getting micromanaged, it's the same thing if you're at the job. If a motherfucking nigga's over your back all the fucking time, hey man, this and this, blah, 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 you got to do this. You're not going to be working free, and you're going to hate it. You're going to be stressed. So it's definitely going to rein in, you know what I'm saying, how good and your production level will be. So it makes me wonder if Kyle's doing this kind of shit to Jimmy and fucking him up, because I don't see.
And not only that, the receivers he drafts and brings in are not deep ball receivers. We got little ass receivers. They're not. Debo is not a deep threat. Debo is not a deep threat. Not like them.
You can't throw up no 50. He's got the speed.
You can't throw up the 50-50 balls. You can't.
He's
speed
got the
ain't
speed.
Nothing.
But
he don't got the. But he don't have the catch radius.
He's not high.
He don't have that catch radius though.
If you want to be high,
he's not a true number one receiver.
He's
not a true number one wide receiver. But he don't go for the ball either though.
But he has the long arms, so that's what you want, right? You know what I'm saying? So
the long arms, the leaping ability,
catch radius. That's what you just said.
I mean, I never seen.
I'm talking about number one. I wouldn't say Ayuk is a number one receiver.
Tyreek Hill, you know what I'm saying? Ain't a jump guy and catch 50-50 balls, bro. He's a speedster.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he'd be snagging the 50-50s.
He's
Reek does.
Bro, come on, bro. He's quick as fuck, dude. He's gonna run by everybody you're gonna throw it to.
Yeah, but then
he's also 5', but
he's also 5'10" though too. He's like 5'9".
But he got crazy ass leaps.
So he's not gonna be the one jumping and wrestling them 50-50 balls away. He doesn't do it like that. How many times we see him catch a pass, you know what I'm saying, and it's gone.
But Debo and Ayuk ain't running no 14s though.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. He doesn't do that. He has the ability to do it. I'll agree with you on that, but he's a species Stephon Gilmore, bro. Just throw it down there. He's going to catch it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that throws me off. It's just he can do it, but then all of a sudden he's not doing it, period. You know what I mean? And let's not all – we all were juiced when in 2017 after them 5-game sample. I don't know who said he shouldn't, because I said he should be signed right away.
Nah,
so,
I agree.
How many of you guys were against it?
I wasn't really against it. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't mad that they did sign him for that much, just because it's been hella long since we had that fucking quarterback like that, even though it was only a couple seasons removed from cap and all that shit.
Right.
I wasn't mad they signed it. Now, would I be mad that they only gave him a franchise? I wouldn't have been mad at a franchise tag either, just kind of see what you really
I would have. I would have leaned more to the franchise, but I wasn't mad at all about the signing.
Yeah, I wasn't mad about that.
It wasn't like a huge deal to me.
And everyone was bitching about 27 million. Yeah, everyone's bitching about 27 million, but it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, that shit only lasted for like that fucking one season. Because after that fucking That quarterback
Hondo?
fucking price tag went up to
Hondo.
fucking 30, 35,
Look at
fucking
Alex.
38. Like that 27 didn't even last long. So you can't really say, oh, we paid him 27. It's the highest pay, because that shit only lasted like a fucking like that one season they actually fucking signed the shit. After that, it was fucking that shit went through the fucking roof. But to your point, so it was funny when you was talking about how in 2017 he was, calling all this and this. Well, Jimmy even mentioned that shit after the game. He was
did.
like, well, I think
That's
it
what made me wonder.
it reminded me of 2017, where I just kind of, because when he first came out, he was kind of letting it fly. I haven't seen that shit. He was 5 for 5 for 80 yards.
He almost threw a
touchdown
pick.
guy.
He almost threw a pick throwing that deep ball.
He did.
That was afterwards though. But I'm talking about he came out the gun 5 for 5 for 80 yards and a touchdown.
And he looked really
Fucking
damn
throwing
good.
it, and he was.
I wasn't
what I mean?
impressed.
He looked
Initially,
really good.
yes. Initially, yes.
That's
Second
what it
half,
was.
he looked like the same old Jimmy to me.
And that's the thing
Yeah.
that makes me wonder, bro. You know what I mean? Is it Kyle and his shit? Because Kyle's
Well, he had that good pass to Ayuk that was down the sideline that
Nah.
he dropped, and that shit was dumped in the bucket.
that was in his bread
That
basket,
was in the bucket.
Nah, he was
45 yards.
throwing some ducks to the ground in the second half.
Yeah, he
that
did.
wasn't
No,
his
I
style.
A couple
seen
of
it
them,
in
yeah.
person, bro. I was there. I seen it.
Well, it was 8,
but that was all second half. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing was, you look at them plays that was called. Some of them were kind of, they were lame. And that's me. Is he so good at making up the game plan? And then when it comes to the game play calling, does he lack at times because he doesn't see the situation unfolding in front of him? That's what I wonder about Kyle, because why every time since he's been here till now, bro, he has great first halves, and
Well, he
then
lets
in
the
the
foot
I
off the
think
gas.
it's
That's
more
what he
Jimmy.
does.
I got to be honest. I think it's more Jimmy. You've seen in
I
the
don't know,
Super
bro.
Bowl, he had wide open Emmanuel Sanders. Kyle did a perfect job of scheming that, and Jimmy didn't make so.
Right. But then it's
So I'm gonna say it's more Jimmy's arm.
constantly, even when Jimmy's not in the game. How do we constantly do this in the second halves? We don't score shit. What is it? That's
Well,
a
I
problem.
mean, look at the quarterbacks you were messing with. You're messing with
we
Nick
go like
Mullins
on cruise
and
control with the
Beathard.
offense.
Well, he
Yeah,
takes the foot off of the
I
gas.
get it, but it's just
And that-
it's and then he'll do the run game, but then he won't scheme a lot of outside or what I mean, he won't do misdirection. It's just up the gut, off tackle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird like that because I get you trying to punish the defense and all that stuff, but we still got 2 quarters to go, and we should at least get fucking field goals out of this shit, dude.
Well,
We
shit.
got 2 fucking turnovers, and I think we only made points off of 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem.
And he goes
me.
for it at weird times on 4th down too.
3 turnovers.
Perfect example. Perfect
3
example.
turnovers, and
On
we turned them
that
into-
block kick, we should have went for that. What was the reasoning for kicking that field goal? That let him back in the game. Even though they didn't do nothing with it, it left the door open for him.
So the whole stadium went nuts. You know what I'm saying? Get up, let's go. You're going for it on 4th down and shit. And then of course they run on the field and shit. I'm standing there, and they go to kick the field goal, and of course it gets packed. They run it back. First thing I say, first thing out of my mouth, that's why you go for it on 1st down at the fucking goal yard line. I got 2 Seahawks fans next to me. They start laughing. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't laughing at the end of the game. Simply and plain, the whole stadium was ready for that. For that 4th down, let's go for it. No. And I don't get that at all. That just really doesn't make a lot of sense, especially because Juice
It's
just
already a
punched-
3-score game.
Well, he went
So
for it on
the
a
field
4th
goal
and
still
8 or
makes it a-
something. That's what makes it even weirder, right?
And the other,
But
what's
the field
what's
goal
the
only makes it a
problem with turning it
3-score
over if you
game.
don't make it. That's my question. What's the problem with turning over? You don't make it. They're on the 2. Let's go get a safety.
And
You
not
can
only
eat
that,
it.
it's still a 3-score game. So if you go for the TD and you get it, then it's a 4-score game. So
And
what
the
is
game's
the point of
essentially
really
over.
going for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And they would have been back against their own goal line.
Yeah, they'd have had to
And
go
you have one of
fucking
the best
98
defenses in the
yards
game.
instead of fucking.
Exactly.
We've been eating, we've been eating chicken all day. So it's like I don't understand that reasoning right there at all. Maybe he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for this easy field goal and ice the game.
But he went for a 4th and 8, fucking from further out, like
Right.
which
You
didn't
know
make
what I mean?
no fucking
So
sense. Like,
his
why
line
would
of
you do that?
reasoning leaves a lot to be desired, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No doubt.
I mean, I'm right. Like I said, I'm riding with Coach, but it makes you wonder what he's thinking at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not in the moment of the game. It seems like to me.
And how many times have we called for bootlegs, even during the game? Dude, bootleg, perfect, fucking right here. We calling this shit. Fucking McVay, what was that? I keep going back to this. Fucking that last game in the Super Bowl year in 2019, the last game against the Rams that we were playing. this motherfucker, they did 8 straight fucking bootlegs.
Hmm.
8 straight on every fucking play. And we were all fucked up. Like they
Yeah.
were driving on us that
What-
fucking play. I'm like,
What was
why don't
Kyle? What was
I don't
Kyle in
understand.
Houston? Was he there when Matt Schaub was there
Yeah. Well, yeah, he
As
put him up
OC?
there. Yeah.
as OC, right?
Yeah.
So that type of plays I was expecting for Trey Lance. Those play action deep bombs.
But look
That's
who you
what I was-
had though. But
Mhm.
look who you had. You had fucking Andre Johnson. You had one of the best fucking receivers there was. And that carries over to Atlanta. Who you had? You had fucking Julio. You had like most of
Yeah.
the successes came
what I'm
with the
saying. We don't
fucking
got
players
that.
that
We
have
don't
that,
got that
that
big.
fucking
That's the
them
thing.
huge, big
You don't got
fast
those
dudes
big number one
that are
wide
number
receivers.
ones. That are number ones.
You got number
And that's the
twos.
thing.
Good, very
And-
good number twos, but they're number
and
twos.
and to Nip's point, what he was saying is,
Hmm.
it's you're fucking 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, and you got to fucking throw it to someone to try and fucking make a play. Like who? I mean, yeah, you got Ayuk and Debo, but I mean, is that like a no brainer to fucking throw it to them?
They
on
don't
a
got
3rd
that
and 9,
body
3rd
to
and-
shield these guys out.
Yeah,
And you got the long arms, but you don't got
No,
that big frame where you can.
It's
I don't
not a
know.
no brainer to throw it to
I
these
don't think
dudes. is what
that's
I'm
that
saying.
much
Like,
of an issue when it
I
comes
think
to
it is.
Ayuk. I
I
don't
think it
think
is
that's
an
the
issue.
problem. I think the Ayuk's problem is his head. Sometimes what I'm saying, he loses his focus because that.
But he's
bomb
not
that
physical
he
like
put
that,
on-
bro. He's not physical like that.
yeah.
No.
I don't
not
think
even
he's
saying-
I don't think
I'm
he's
saying
given
he's in
that
it.
opportunity too.
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
That's the other thing.
You don't got the frame for it though. You're talking
They
about like a
started
Julio
targeting
and
him hard this game.
an
You
Andre
know,
Johnson.
Andre Johnson, them dudes are,
Look. The point I'm making is this: he's more. I will agree. He's a little more of an agile receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
going to get around
Definitely.
shit. But he's got that ability with that hand, that catch radius, because he's got fucking crazy wingspan. You know what I mean? So he can make all those catches. The problem is that he
I don't know if he
loses
could,
focus sometimes because that catch he should have made. You know what I'm saying?
On
that
that
was
one, yeah.
right there in his hands. I think it's just the impact of the ground was too much for him to carry the ball through.
But this is
I
what I'm
ain't
saying.
gonna shit all over him for that, but you get your hands on passes like that, you can't drop.
I still
them.
say I would have took T. Higgins over him to this day. He's a bigger.
T. Higgins a
bigger
big ass.
But
receiver.
Justin
You would've
Jefferson,
made-
fuck, Justin Jefferson's right there too. He could have fucking got
You
that
know?
fucking dude. Like he's
Justin
been
Well,
known to fucking.
we were supposed to get Metcalf, dude, but the Seahawks took him before us, and that's why we ended up with, dude.
No, we
And
weren't
Ayuk
supposed
is
to get him.
He's gone now. Off the team.
Ayuk is good, but that was a questionable pick because you traded
Well,
it back
they
up
were
to get him.
hoping they were hoping Jennings would turn into that dude because he's got the size and everything, but he just ain't got the wheels for that.
But yeah, and that's the thing.
That's
And
fine,
so-
but you used the 7th round pick on him, but you used the first. You traded up and got that first with Ayuk. You
I
traded
think
back
Ayuk
up
is
to
just
get him.
fine. He's a great bookend wide receiver with Debo. I just think that you got to use them and you got to play them to their strengths. And I think Kyle's
He's
problem
fine,
is
but I think there's
he's
better players
stubborn.
out there. Is my point.
I think he's too stubborn to streamline his system, and I think he's too stubborn to make his system a little more player friendly to their strengths. You know what I'm saying? He knows his system, and he wants his system to run the way he wants it to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Simple and plain. That's the stubbornness of him.
And that's the difference between
And that's
him
the
and
shit too, right there. I
Belichick.
say that all the fucking time. That we play, that he coaches.
Yeah,
not
well,
to
we
lose.
said that shit too.
He
Like,
doesn't coach to win. Harbaugh coached to win. You know what I mean? So that's a problem one. Yeah, that throw that Hondo that almost got picked off.
So yeah, and it's just, I mean, but like I'm saying, like, and like I said, just what, because I was agreeing with Nip about these fucking receivers. Like when it's like 3rd and 15, shit like that. When it was on the Falcons, without a doubt that shit was gonna go to fucking Julio somewhere, no matter if he was
Right.
double covered, whatever, because he was gonna jump up and he was gonna fucking snag it more often than not. He was gonna beat a fucking double team.
Well,
Do
was
that.
a
Same
muscle
with
all
Andre
the way.
Johnson when it was like 3rd.
Well,
and,
when they run
whatever.
single coverage, when it's 1-on-1, it's an automatic mismatch. We don't have that ability on our
yeah,
team. Is my point.
exactly, and
Kittle's
that's the thing.
supposed to be that guy.
And I
You
agree.
got to scheme that
honest.
open.
But
Even
even
Kittle.
But even Kittle,
Kittle ain't
yeah.
That's
I
the
don't,
one.
I don't think he's gonna jump
Kittle's
up and
more
snag.
yak. Kittle's more of a
Yeah.
yak guy.
Yeah, but he can muscle the ball away. He's a big ass body and he's got speed. He's the guy that's
can.
supposed to be that. You know what I mean? But he can't even keep him on the field. You know what I mean? So that's a
Let's
bitch.
stay with that too. So
You know.
um,
So, I mean, I don't think this offense would be a problem if Kyle had his 2 tight ends, that were interchangeable. Like
You don't
Like,
like 2 tight ends though. That's his
if
thing
he
too.
had that. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that because they were trying.
Yeah,
to get
because
cats.
he's had years to get. He's had years
Well,
to get
he
another.
was trying to get them
tight
cats,
end.
but he was trying to say. Remember, he tried to sign fucking what's the name last year, and he went to the Ertz, and he went to the Cardinals, and then he was trying to sign what's his homeboy's name? He ended up with the Eagles. You know what I mean? He was trying to pull that trade for I think it was the guy under Njoku. He was trying
I
to
think he was trying to get Austin Hooper. I think
Cooper from the Browns, right?
Yeah,
Right?
Austin Hooper.
Yeah. So he'd been trying, because he knows, and that's why we ended up with Jordan Reed. He knows that system would be awesome with those two.
But we had enough draft capital to get some.
But he's not
to
gonna.
get somebody.
We both know that's not gonna happen, bro.
But that's my point. He's not prioritizing it.
He's not gonna waste a high draft pick on a tight end when
But they'll waste it on a running back.
Exactly.
Or a fucking receiver and Pettis.
Or
that's
defensive
line.
line. You know what I'm saying? And it's exactly why the offensive line is in the state it's in right now. So I mean, don't get me wrong, Bruford and Banks look pretty decent. And I like the fact of running.
But this is the Seahawks too. It's hard. It's so hard to judge against these.
Well, we'll see about next week. If they win their game next week, then
next week and on.
It was a challenge.
Oh, the
Rams game. The Rams game.
That's going to be the one that tells us exactly where we at.
Exactly.
That's a good barometer. I mean, we should. I mean, we might have some little some hard times.
I don't even know if it is though. I mean, they got Jalen.
But this Broncos game
they got a lot of injuries though.
This Broncos game has become a must-win. I think.
I do too.
You have to win this game.
I mean, I don't think
we against that ghost that always haunts us.
I doubt we can drop another game until like week 8. I mean, it's not a good idea. We need to go and go hard.
I mean,
Russell Wilson is a fucking Niner killer. That scares me.
We still got.
They got a lot of injuries though. They got a lot of players that.
But we've had superior teams against Seattle for years, and they still he still finds a way to
like that. Well, yeah.
Don't forget that they scored how much, but then they also let the Seahawks score how much, and we blanketed their ass, bro. They shouldn't even have had. In my opinion, that game was a shutout. Because the defense didn't fuck off.
Defensively it was. Yeah, I mean, it's just the special teams.
And that was the special teams.
Secondary. So, I mean, like the vet said, the secondary has been.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous!
Awesome.
You said that though too.
But that wasn't a surprise to me. We all kind of said that. We all.
Bears are in the real test.
Me
and Womack got the hot take that Gibson is better than Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, for real.
Or equivalent.
He's like 26, right?
Now he's older.
He's 30. He's like 31 or 32 or something like that. But
he's older.
Mean, fuck, like
look,
you see him on the film way more than Jimmy Ward, in my opinion. Already, he's only been there 2 games.
Well,
he had a pick already, and he almost had another one.
Exactly, he's got a pick already, and
he almost had one in the first game too.
Years?
And but that's what I'm saying. Like if he would have had 2 picks, he would have had half of what Jimmy Ward got already in 9 fucking years.
Already,
fucking 2 games. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's like.
Okay.
And he can hit too. I seen him lay the wood on a few fools already.
Yeah, he stuck fucking Lockett, didn't he? Or fucking
he stuck Lockett. That's what it was. He laid out Lockett.
I thought if we were gonna have any issues in the defense, I thought it'd probably be with the safeties, but these guys are tearing shit. At least until
that's a good point.
Jimmy came back. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? After he got injured, I was like, damn, we're gonna have some issues in the safeties, you know what I mean? Because when Jimmy comes back, we'll be all good. But obviously, Gibson and Hufanga are doing really well together. I don't know if it's a mentor situation because Gibson had been there for a while, in the league from what I remember.
Gibson's always been a ball. Dude got like fucking 27 interceptions. I mean, 28 now, but coming in onto the team, he had like 27 picks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like honestly, he's a hawk. I mean, he's a hawk.
Sure, man. I think you're a little high on that one.
I don't think
he had that many. I looked at his stats a while ago, and I don't think he had that many.
I don't know. I know he got a lot of them.
He has.
I'd say like 15, maybe.
Yes, 15 interceptions.
I'll say like 15, just guessing off the top of my head. But I don't know. Let me check on that. Y'all carry on. Check shit out.
Yeah, let's see. I'll check with him right now.
You want to do it? You could be the stat man. Gibson, a former Pro Bowl. Yeah, he was with the Bears.
That's right. 32 years old. I thought he was younger.
Oh, yeah, 28 interceptions.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I told you.
Wow. Damn good.
Womack?
I remember they said something.
He's a
playmaker.
I remember reading something
he's a hawk. That's what
when they signed him to the practice squad. I remember, hearing about he was with the Bears and shit.
But that's what we need. But that's one of the things that we were always missing on the fucking defensive on the
turnovers.
I said now, and I said it a long time, that we need a ball hawk and safety.
Because I mean, we've been saying that for fucking years. Like,
You know what I mean? Because we
shit.
have
I've never been Jimmy. I've never been Jimmy Ward. Even these
I ain't
years
gonna
where
lie.
the last few people have been jocking him.
Never was.
No,
never was.
no one-
I remember from the day he got
nobody ever was.
drafted, we've been talking bad about him, but he's done his thing and he's helped the team. You know what I mean? And I think he's still better than Gibson.
He hasn't been terrible. He's been okay.
You know what
He's
I'm
been
saying?
okay.
Well,
I
as
think
of
he's still
late,
better than
he's
Gibson,
been pretty
but Gibson is a breath of fresh fucking air right now, dude. You know what I mean? Maybe he's helping mentor to Tanaloa, you know what I'm saying? And Huff is taking to it, or maybe he's just got great chemistry together. You know, because those two guys are, man, they play.
But he's a veteran too, so he's seen a lot of shit. And if you get 28 fucking picks, that means
Exactly.
you
You know
either
what you're looking for.
you know what you're looking at, and also that your anticipation and your fucking instincts. Because that's a lot of it right there. It's just anticipation and instincts alone off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, because Jimmy Ward is sound like he's what the fuck is it? He's mentally sound like he's
Yeah, he's in the moment.
But
he's a good hitter though. I'll give him that. That's
not
the
gonna
lays the wood.
He's not gonna look for picks. He's not gonna jump routes. He's not gonna fucking. I don't think he's instinctually as far as like playmaking. You know what I mean?
He's not Deshaun.
He's not a ball hawk.
He's not that. He's not that.
Deshaun would lay the wood and get the pick. That's what I loved about Deshaun.
He's gonna try not someone to get behind him. He's gonna have people stay in front of him. He'll let him get the catch, but then he'll tackle. You know what I mean? Like he'll be sound like that, but he's just not gonna.
We all know the USC connection, vet. You know what I'm saying?
I coined Baby Palomalu first day we drafted him. Womack was hating. We got the audio on that.
Yeah, we know he's you know, I mean, that's his mentor, but I'm thinking in the locker room, you know what I'm saying, where
coverage wise, like they said at free safety, they was talking. I was like, I don't know if free safety.
Nah, he was hating.
No, so, go back. I see you play him around the line of scrimmage and shit like that. Or even play some linebacker. I was like, you fucking.
Me and Leo was on that one. I think Sella might have came on later in the episode too.
To get to Hondo, what he said Hitler says we should keep 3 safeties on the field. We do run that 3 deep safety sometimes in the games, and if we do, you best believe Gibson and when he gets back, Ward and Hufanga will run that shit too.
But the difference has been Travarius, and I'm telling you right now because we never had the other bookend fucking corner. That's the difference. I mean,
the nickname is Moody, right? Moody Ward.
Mooney.
Yeah, Moody. So yeah, Moody is definitely legit.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And so I mean, I just think that's what it is. When you got 2 good fucking corners, when you ain't got to worry about on either side, you ain't got to worry about one getting smoked or nothing like that. Because you don't like. I mean, like Nip
they were
was
testing Mosley too. They were definitely testing Mosley. And
but like Nip alluded to, like he gets handsy. But I mean, as far as like staying where he stays with receivers, he doesn't get.
No, he don't get smoked at all.
You don't. You know what I'm saying?
He looked clean this game. Yeah. It didn't look like he was doing too much of that.
And he got a pick too. He got a pick in the end
It's
zone
more
too.
downfield. That's when he does. That's when he tends to do it.
But he was clean.
Well, I mean, hopefully he starts getting the benefit of the doubt, and they don't fuck with him like they do.
He got a pick. He got a pick this game. So
yeah, he got a pick too.
So I mean,
but Mosley ain't too shabby. He was dealing up Metcalf.
He might get another one with this Sunday.
Which one? What happened?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another pick this Sunday.
Well, the way they're playing, Tufanga with the pass defenses is awesome, and he puts him in a spot where everybody else can benefit off him. We should have had 3 picks that game. You know,
I think Judy might be out this week too.
Who?
Jerry Judy. I think he's questionable, so that's a good thing.
There's a lot of them. They got a lot of players hurt.
We'll suffocate them because Sutton, I know, is still in the game. You know, but they're still working on their chemistry.
That would have been our nice mismatch right there.
You know,
we decided to get a cat boy. We decided to get a cat boy.
I still, and you know, just to say, Mosley's been handling this business back there like he does.
Yeah,
and that flag was kind of, I don't know, it seemed a little because they both can go for the ball. They both have a right to the ball. So I don't understand what that was. I
think it was like a little too. I think it was like a second, little bit
split second early.
For which one? For Mosley on
that PI that Mosley.
Nah, he got him. He got him early. He hit him with the body a little bit.
It was half a second.
It just was a little funky. You know what I mean? I
they gonna call that.
I couldn't complain about that when he got him body. He got his body with him on his head. I think
it was his hip, bro. Come on, it wasn't even all that.
But DK, but see, DK is another one too, where it's like it's gonna go to if they in 3rd and long or something, it's gonna fucking go to him, and He made that snag too. Was that the one with that one-hander that he got that they didn't when he fucking came up with it
I think so.
over Mosley? Because that was
Maybe
like fuck, like you can't defend that. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have that, and that's like just imagine fucking we would have got DK fucking instead of that fucking punter. If we'd have just traded that 4th rounder, which they
No,
resigned the
we,
punter.
we got what's the name? We got fuck was his name? Hurd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Jalen
we
Hurd.
got hurt. Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
was it.
Exactly. You
So
could trade it up.
imagine.
You could
And
trade it up.
Look how things turned out. You know, with DK, we would have had that number 1 guy. Now, fucking, you know, I mean,
But DK and Debo on the fucking same squad, like, come on, dude.
dude, you know. So I don't know. That was
I mean,
that
but
was
whatever.
fucking Seahawks.
No, bring it up the past.
Seahawks got us on that one. But anyway,
All right, let's hand out some blame. I want to get to the blame of who's
All right, for the Lance,
who's that for the Lance thing. Let's get to that real quick. Is
Um,
that all Shanahan? I think we touched on it a little bit, but nobody gave a definitive answer as to who
Look.
is Shanahan to blame for that.
I could see both sides of the fence, right? I could be like, well, it's probably just like a fluke play because it just the fact that it doesn't happen too often. But on the other hand, like I said, I think that fucking Cardinal game set a precedent because you ran his ass into the ground and he got injured. So when you run him again into the ground and he gets fucking injured again, then your judgment's going to come into question on why the fuck are you running this quarterback, even
And
though
the Bears game. And the Bears,
Yeah.
not even just the
Or
Cardinals
even the
game. This season, he was taking some wicked shots in that fucking
yeah,
Bears
well,
game.
yeah, and that too.
We
So,
all talked about it
Big
last
hits, big
last
hits.
week.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's the thing, and but it's different on rollouts. It's different on just shit.
Yes.
It's even different on him
You have
scrambling. Nothing's open. downfield,
Non-design
maybe running
scrambles
around.
are fine. Those are
Yeah.
fine.
But
Nobody's
for shit-
questioning that.
Yeah,
We're
but
questioning the fullback power dives
the
with the fucking
right up in the
quarterback.
fucking gut. Yeah, right. And we've said that
So-
too. We were saying that last year. We were
And he
saying
even
that,
did it. And this asshole even did it with Jimmy
With
he was doing with Jimmy.
after Trey got fucking hurt in the
He was
fourth
doubling
quarter.
down.
So he just don't give
He
a
went and
fuck
did
who's
that
back
shit
there.
with Jimmy.
Quarterback, it just right up the middle.
Yeah.
Fucking put
Double
Purdy
down.
in there. He'll fucking right up the middle with his
Yep.
ass too. Fuck cares.
I think it's
Um,
on Shanny. I think there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
it's on Shanny.
it's
And then and then we didn't talk about that. What he said in the press conference. Oh, Josh Allen does it all the time. Yeah, get the
I
fuck
did.
out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
touched
did.
on that? Okay, my bad.
I mean, look, it's true as that may be, but that's not.
But
they're not
even they
getting him
did the
injured.
breakdown. They
They're
were doing the
getting him
breakdown on 94.7. He was on pace. Okay, Josh Allen, his rookie year, only carried the ball, designed rushes. I think it was 71 times. Trey Lance was on pace this year for 151 design rushes.
Well, that doesn't
God
mean
damn.
nothing. I mean that kind of doesn't mean.
What do you mean?
nothing,
That
though,
does. That does
That
mean
means a
something,
lot.
bro.
Okay,
That means they
but
were
if we're-
doing too fucking much with the guy.
Okay, but if we're gonna take fucking that into account, then he's on pace. Then Trey Lance is on pace for fucking no touchdowns and 17 picks.
That's
Like,
different, bro. That's different.
Yeah, that's not
I'm-
different. Okay,
That's
if that
apples
was
to
the case,
oranges.
then we wouldn't have to worry about him getting, 151 times up the gut and almost.
But
getting
yeah,
injured,
that's-
you know what I mean? That's a big difference. I mean, this is a problem that's very weird because if it's true what he said that it wasn't a quarterback power or whatever it was, and that it was an option, so then
Well, it
that
was an
makes me-
RPO, and he decided to keep
RPO,
it.
right?
But
So
Poorly
if it was,
designed
if it
RPO.
really, if that's true, if it was an option, then Trey does get a little bit of the blame. 'cause
Shit,
he
can you
read
pull the
play wrong.
film up, Womack? Can you pull the film up?
pull it on for that play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see because that shit I didn't see no options there. Did you guys? Off the naked eye?
I don't know, dude, and that's the problem. I'm having because I seen the fullback run or the running back just go to the right. I
Maybe
didn't
he
see
was
him
there, but I
following
didn't see
even for a second. You know what I mean?
no viability where you could actually pull that off to get the handoff or whatever.
It just didn't make a lot of sense to me to go ahead and
It was
have
quick,
an
right? It was a
RPO.
pretty quick play, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It was very fast. It happened like this. You know what I mean? But it's like, why are you going to have every triple option I've ever seen is designed to get the quarterback outside of the tight end or, outside of tight end or outside of the tackle.
To make that
So
choice.
So that now you're getting the linebacker, you know what I mean? Because you got, your tight end taking care of the end. You know what I mean? You got the linebacker coming down at you. And then, of course, you
Thank
throw
you,
the
Vet. I agree with you, my
know what I'm saying?
my
So-
dude.
So to me, it didn't look like, I thought it was quarterback draw or a power up the gut. That's what I saw, at the game. I didn't see anything. I just saw the decoy take off and him go up the gut. So, to me, I don't know, man. It makes me wonder, and is that another lie?
So
Vet, I'm gonna disagree with you slightly on that. I'll get to that. in a minute.
so here it goes right here. So I mean, if you look at it, you can kind of tell.
So that wasn't an RPO because he faked it to him and then he took it himself.
Yeah, that was because he right there.
That was RPO. Yeah.
Yeah, that was RPO. But it's just as
All right.
fluky as
I
it
mean,
was. As fluky as it
that
was.
particular play isn't that bad. That was kind of fluky, but just the
Yeah.
amount of carries he was
But
getting.
he should have ran it outside though.
Well, he
I mean,
got
you can
up.
Go back to it.
Are you sure that was
One more time,
was that the
Womack?
play
One
they
more time?
ran?
That's why I
That
can
was the
see.
play they ran 2 plays before, and that's what he said. We ran that play 2 plays before.
But that's what I say. I could see both
Run it
sides
back,
of the
Womack.
fence on here. Here, hold on.
Run it back, Womack. Yo, Womeezy, run it back.
Right. Damn it. Hold on.
You can't do slow motion, huh?
No. Maybe. Hold on. I got some on here where you can fucking do the speed, right? Yeah, here it is.
Do it maybe at like half.
Can you do like a 360 camera view?
Xbox style.
Drone cam.
Can you do a point of view?
Put it on the actual screen though. You just got it on the off screen.
Oh, my bad. It's fucking shit. All right, hold on.
You put it
here.
on what, 50%?
Here. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good. There was nothing there for the handoff for sure.
But he should have went over. He should have ran it outside though.
Run it back one more time.
But
That's my question.
Look, there's nothing there for the running back. He can't even
He
hand
had
that.
nothing outside until he was blocked.
but see,
I
but
guess
that's
he
the
could have bounced it outside, but he was already he wouldn't have made it out.
He had to wait for the block to develop. You know. what I
Okay,
mean?
so this is the thing too on these fucking runs that they're doing, even with the bootlegs there. When Lance is in there, they are keeping. I've seen this on I think Twitter. Someone's bringing this up. They're talking about formations and shit. Someone's always going to be on the backside, no matter where he is. Someone's going to fucking just stay there and not really bite on any of the shit that he does. See, watch. Like he got him,
Yeah,
but then you see them up there.
Yeah, it's man spy
At the top. See? At the top, right here.
Yeah.
See, like you got people that are watching his ass. He got good yardage right there, but on any side he fucking goes on those fucking design runs, there's always gonna be someone sitting on the edge there, waiting for his ass.
I mean, I will say, if you're just looking at this play isolated, it is a fluke injury, but the amount of carries he was giving him is ridiculous.
He was inviting it almost.
Yeah.
You know,
and I mean, I think all of us agree that we saw this coming, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch the episodes.
Yeah, we saw this coming. It was going to happen. I mean, it sucks that, but I mean, just the way how the play calling was going.
But it wasn't even. But what's fucked up about this? It looks like a normal. I mean, yeah, he took a hit, but it looks like a normal routine. Yeah, like he wasn't really blasting.
That's what I'm saying. It was this particular play was a fluke injury.
Yeah,
but
it was.
What's up, Vet?
What's going on, fellas?
It wasn't. Hey, what up, boy?
So
yeah, it's just fuck. It wasn't, listen. I mean, if you want to look at it, fuck that play. I mean, now if you want to go back and look at it,
he was going to get hurt. If it was going to be
speed.
week 3, it would have been week 9, 13, 17. I mean, the thing is that I think we all agree was that this was going to happen.
You cut it off, man. We've seen enough of that fucking play.
Yeah, you can cut it.
We don't got a 5 for this one.
I mean, that's when
Go ahead, Leo.
I say that's the reason. I mean, that's the reason I was kind of pissed off at Shanny. I was like, we saw this coming. I mean, but yeah,
we knew.
I mean, but yeah, and then the part that I get like Trey should have. I don't know. I mean, Trey's not that big. Trey's not that fast. Trey's not gonna be running dudes over. So I mean,
but he was.
And that should have been evident. That's
yeah.
evident from the Arizona game and the Bears game.
Yeah, so you kind of want to eliminate that play, or just bring it like. Start throwing it, man. Just start throwing it.
My issue is this.
I don't know.
My issue is this. Check in. Harbaugh didn't use Kaepernick like that, dude. He got him outside. He got him down the field because he knew he was a gazelle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the same thing that Lance is. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
He's not.
Hold on a second.
I've said that he wasn't fast like that.
You know what I'm saying? He's the same thing.
For y'all
dude.
started bagging
This
on me.
way. This is why, though, and I can't agree completely with what you say now, Leo, but I do agree with some of it in that he is tall. He is formidable. He's 6'4", 225, bro. That's a big man. You know what I mean? And the kid is pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's, a burner. I'm not going to say that, but I think 40 was what, 4'6", 4'5"? That's pretty decent. You know what I mean? So he does got the speed. The thing here that's fucking me up, don't trip it. The thing that's fucking me up here is you're using him like a running back, and that's a quarterback, dude. You're not supposed to subject your guy to hits like that.
And that's what I'm saying.
Just to get 4 or 5 yards.
And I think if that Arizona game didn't happen like it happened where he got injured.
It's completely terrible. You know what I'm saying? So I hear where he's, you know what I'm saying, where some people say he's not at fault. I do agree with some of that.
Yeah, both sides of the fence, I see.
But I don't agree completely that he's not sharing some of the blame. He should wear it too. And it's this whole shit about, that's freak accident can happen on any play and This is true, but you can also make an educated guess. You know what I'm saying? And, we all know how much fucking bullshit, and we were just touching on it before, we go through when it comes to quarterback and the injury attrition we have with the history of our team when it comes to that, and how shit our team goes right down the fucking drain right away when it happens. So, he's going to share some of that. Now, I'm going to say that Trey should share a little bit of the blame too, because he decided to keep it and go that route. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say that though, just because he's trying to make a, he's trying to make a play.
Trying to break it outside. That's why, dog. And this is the issue. When you get to the outside as a guy like that, you can run. And if any hit you take there at that moment, I can't argue with, because you were trying to get outside. You're not a big dude that's super strong that's gonna tote the. He's not Brandon Jacobs, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you going through the tackle like that didn't really make a good idea. I'm not going to shit on Lance because he's the one that got injured. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he made that decision to go that route. And then Kyle made the decision to call that play when they should have been trying to develop him how Bill Walsh developed Steve Young. Yeah, you got feet. Yeah, you can run. But you need a quarterback first.
I think
I totally agree with that.
That one I don't think was on Trey at all.
I don't think, because
he didn't have anywhere to slide. There was nowhere for him to go.
The fucking decision, bro. It was
there was nowhere to go though. Where else was he going to go?
Where was he going to go?
The running back was going to get gobbled right there and take.
There was nowhere outside.
We would have got at least 7-8 more yards out of it.
I don't think there was anywhere to go outside.
There was nowhere. Went outside, bro. Look at the tape again.
You want to put it again?
The block
put it again.
Came up.
Looks like he would have gone outside. It looked like
he would have to cut. He was already inside though.
So
he would have to go around, and he would have got lit up.
There was already somebody there. Fucking.
I think he already was committed to go run in, but
he would have to bounce it out.
I think if he could have but that's the thing though. He, you know what I'm saying, like we're saying, he's a quarterback. He's not a running back. Maybe a running back does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me slow down.
So that's
the vision. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
I hear what you're saying, 100. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that if he's not a running back, he needs to be prepared like one. If you're gonna use him like that.
That's the thing that that was the reason I was like, that's what we got, Lance. You know what I'm saying? Was it for him to expand the plays when when the pocket breaks up? Okay, let me run it, let me scramble, let me expand this play. Now let me just do these running plays.
I'm putting it at a quarter speed now.
Go ahead.
So look, if we by the time he takes off, all right, let's just
there goes the block.
There.
Let's just pause.
Yeah, but how's he going to bounce that out? How's he going to bounce that out?
He's got him over here.
Because you got a guy right here that's about to take that. He's about to take the end. And now you got another guy.
If he bounces it out, he's going to get lit up either way.
Right. Look, you got him right here. If he goes over there, you got him.
Right. You got him coming up. He's going to take out the linebacker.
You can't go this way because you already got 10 over here. And
so,
go
ahead another frame. Go ahead another frame. Right. So now he's
pushing. Okay, he could have went to the right a little bit.
See what I'm saying? Yeah.
He could have went outside.
Well, he did. I mean, he kind of did go outside, but
it's just a fluke play. It's not a fluke.
But
a poorly designed fluke.
The awesome center, though. I mean, look at the blocking. Like, how the blocking on there, though.
What? Why are we looking at the blocking, man?
Because he's over here getting abused,
outside,
and he's not fucking blocking. Look at that shit.
Just a poor it's a poorly designed play. Like Cello said, for 4 yards, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and then also, maybe due to the rain, the field, the first game at Levi's, maybe that could be You know,
Nah, because he
Well,
did that
that's why
shit in
it
Arizona
wasn't
too.
that bad. So
He did that shit in
basically,
Arizona too.
No,
I'm
the,
talking about
the
Shannon.
weather wasn't near the monsoon that they got in
Oh, no,
Chicago. You know what I mean? Because I was there, and the rain came, and then it did come a little bit, and then it stopped, and then it was sunny, and then it was all over the place.
That bipolar ass, you know,
it was.
thing, yeah.
It was the game was all over the place the whole game.
Yeah.
So you know, it was enough time for the ball to dry, and it wasn't the conditions that they had to deal with in Chicago. But shit in Chicago was a whole. It was like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they have their monsoons, you know what I mean? So
she was a monsoon.
You know, that was the difference.
There was flooding, created flooding outside the Soldier Field.
Right. So here it wasn't that bad. I did have to put on a poncho, you know what I mean? But that was a little bit later in the game when more of the clouds came in.
You had a poncho and sunglasses on.
Right. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? Had to let them know. So,
all right. So what are we expecting from this roster? Now that the one thing I will say that this causes is it caused us to unify. The team is unified. Yeah. I got some questions on that though.
Winning for Trey.
Because I feel like
there's a lot of reports out there.
I feel like they were not playing their hardest for Trey after seeing the footage.
A lot of the reports are saying
I've seen it with my own eyes. You see how they react when Jimmy scored that TD?
Yeah,
that's telling.
That is telling.
It looked like Womack was in there too, giving high fives.
Womack came out of nowhere and shit. He put on a helmet.
Well, to be fair,
and Jimmy was smiling when Trey was getting carted off too. By the way,
was he?
That's on camera.
Was he looking at him when he was doing?
No. I mean, you can't see what he was looking at, but he was cheesing.
Look, so
he told them, "You'll be back, baby. We'll be back."
There's a lot of shit going on out there. There's supposedly Michael. Who was it? Michael Silver. Because I was watching the Cone show. I was watching the Cone show after him. Silver's talking about he talked to people off the record, and they were coaches and they were players, and they said the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't happy that Trey got injured, but they firmly on Jimmy's side, and then this makes our chances to win the Super Bowl. I mean, even fucking Vegas said the chances to win a Super Bowl went up.
Okay,
yeah, the odds went up. Yeah,
but when but when the season off season started and it was like, okay, Trey's the fucking starter. It was like everyone was all on board with Trey. Juice was saying good shit about Trey. Kittle was on the fucking shit. Trent Williams was on
saying and actions are two different things.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because
you even quoted some of them as saying, "Oh, look, it's Trey's team. Look what they're saying." Like,
some of these motherfuckers. You don't know,
but the action showed otherwise, though. That's my point.
You don't know who said it though. I mean, nobody said it on the record. So
they did say it on record. There's on interviews and shit like that. Even Kittle was like,
nobody's on record. You know what I mean? It's like
they're on record. They were saying this on interviews.
They anonymously, bro. They're not on record, but they're on record. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that nobody say it, but they're not trying to say who they are.
Saying, "Oh, Jimmy can't be found." I ain't fucking talk to Jimmy.
And they will never say it, but because they have to be looking like they support the decision. You know what I mean? What's the alternative? Kyle fucking giving you the boot? You know what I mean? Of course they're gonna back him.
I'll tell you who's not on board with him. McGlinchey.
Kittle.
He let him get thrown on the ground against the Bears. There's footage of this shit, and he runs away. He don't even look.
He didn't even try
that's your franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
you letting this dude get ragdolled.
Well, I mean, nobody helped
away.
No, that's too bad.
But as soon as he got spun, it was like he stayed down there. I mean, he's young. He
your quarterback took a big hit, bro. You helping your quarterback?
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, but he bounced right the fuck back up as soon as he got thrown down there. Like
that don't matter. If that's Jimmy getting thrown down, they're helping him up. If that's Jimmy getting thrown down, they're helping him up.
They did. In the very other play, he got hit, and then they walked right over there and helped this nigga up. Look at when he scored the touchdown. They picked his ass up, and they all mobbed him. You know what I mean? So
to be fair, Trey hasn't scored any touchdowns fucking this season, so we don't know what the fuck.
He only played one game, bro.
That's the problem, bro. I think the problem is
they played one game in a fucking monsoon.
We've always
and that's the other thing I wanted to get to. How are these? Everybody made their decisions that Trey wasn't ready off one game in a monsoon. On this game, he had 2 drives and he was ready to score on the second drive as well as he scored on the first. He was looking to score on the second drive, but he's not ready.
They was talking about he wasn't ready from a way long.
He missed a lot of throws even when it wasn't raining at a particular
since they
time.
said
but now that he's gone, they're already saying that Trey wasn't ready. But the sample size was way too small. You going off the Bears game?
Everybody was saying that from last year, bro. That was the thing. They were all saying that shit.
No, I'm saying now that Jimmy's in there, they were all saying like, well, Trey wasn't ready anyway. And it's like you're basing that off.
I don't think he ever is gonna be ready. That's just me though. I was calling this shit from.
We already know where you stand on that situation.
So that's shit. But
the reason I heard The reason I heard that is because the pressure is there for Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, if
He
it's,
has to perform.
yeah, he has to. I mean, and that's more pressure, you know. It's not like Trevor Lawrence. He's in, you know, with Jacksonville. It's not like, you know, Zach Wilson with the Jets. These guys are not projected to be, you know, playoff, maybe even the Super Bowl. Now Trey Lance is. That's a problem when
Because
you
he's
put,
got-
you know,
Because people
this-
like Womack were saying it's Super Bowl or bust, and I never said that.
Well, because it is. Because like you
'Cause
look
you
at
got
the
a Super
fucking
Bowl
roster
win.
and how the fuck it is.
It is super
Like-
important, but yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Because
but it was
never
you're
Super Bowl bust for
you're
Jimmy,
leaving
though.
Jimmy. You know that
It was
took
Super
you to
Bowl
the
bust
Super
for
Bowl.
Jimmy. Like what the fuck?
when
you
was the
mean?
Super Bowl or bust for Jimmy?
Ever
I
since we
think
fucking
every
got
year.
there. Yeah.
That was the reason. Yeah, that was the reason.
Since
Yeah.
2019, we fucking
Yeah.
got there. It's been Super
Yeah,
Bowl fucking
2019.
bust.
Yeah, Super Bowl or bust for real.
And they've been shitting on him for whatever reasons, you know. But whatever.
Yep.
So don't act like Jimmy ain't been getting it. Jimmy been getting it just as much as fucking Trey been getting it. But
I would think
Jimmy
that
got
Trey
his
would get a little
saviors
harder
out
because
there.
he's replacing
No.
Jimmy though.
yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
because you went to a championship and a Super Bowl with fucking Jimmy. That's
Right.
the only thing, and nothing.
Right.
Regardless of if he was a catalyst, if he was a reason, if he wasn't
we
the reason,
already
whatever.
discussed that he's not.
Okay, but whatever it is, like the only times that we ever got there in the Kyle regime era was when he was the quarterback. So
Mhm.
you could say whatever you want. Okay, well maybe not, and da 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 da.
Well, I don't have to say. I just need to look at the stats, and that shows me all I need to know.
I would
perfect.
agree
Carry on.
that
Okay,
that-
but also,
that-
but look,
that-
so but he went to the playoffs last year with a fucking torn thumb and then got a fucked up shoulder, and he played fucking 3 playoff games fucking injured. So I mean, you can't really say. You know
Brady
what I
won a
mean?
ring with the fucking gashed hand, so I mean, that don't.
that's not
well,
a broken
yeah.
bone though, bro. Come on. You
yeah,
know,
there's not a fucking it's
Torn
not torn
ligament.
My
fucking.
point
AC.
is that quarterbacks have been
It's
fucked
not
up.
an AC joint.
When you're in the playoffs, you're usually fucked up as a quarterback.
no matter what, if you make it to the playoffs, I think.
Okay,
the whole
but
verdict
they're
will-
making excuses for
I
Lance,
agree.
and he had that fucking little fractured fucking little.
Who made an excuse for him?
Everyone's making an excuse for well, he didn't play that well because he had a fractured finger and shit like
In
that.
what
Well,
game?
I remember,
for
yeah,
the,
after
for the fucking
Cardinals game.
Texans, the Cardinal game or just that whole time.
I
when he
never
was over
said
there.
that.
Well, you don't care
So
about you
people
say
were,
people.
I
Yeah,
agree that
You're
we-
fucking
I heard
irrelevant,
some of
like-
that. I heard some of that. Like
Twitter
I said, I
says you're
think
irrelevant, buddy.
that's why the onus is so hard on Lance right now because he was supposed to replace Jimmy. He was supposed to be the heir apparent. He was supposed to be the franchise guy. Jimmy got a lot of that too because of 2019, and he got even more of it because of the failed attempt to win it with Emmanuel Sanders. So I agree with you on a lot of that. He was under the microscope hardcore. Nobody could say
Yeah,
he
he
wasn't.
was for sure.
You know what I mean? Completely from 2019 on. You know what I mean? And he's going to be under it again this year because he's expected to do a lot more for us.
Yeah, according to Womack's logic, if he doesn't win a Super Bowl,
That's
it's a failure.
and
Super Bowl
I
for
agree.
same thing except for
Mm.
Trey.
This
I mean,
is
with,
Super
with,
Bowl or
with,
bust,
with
dude.
Jimmy too, though. I mean, it's the same thing with Jimmy. Don't
This-
act like fucking Jimmy don't win. It's gonna be like, oh well, it's like
It's a Super
no,
Bowl
it's the
bust,
same
dude.
shit. Yeah, it's the same shit with Jimmy
because we don't know what's going to happen next year now.
because this is
But
what
he got
it
a
is
little
now.
bit. It's a little bit better for him coming off the bench because it's like he wasn't that
Yeah,
guy.
see,
We
no
already moved on from him.
expectations.
A little bit of the pressure is a little bit diminished, I would say.
I can't believe
because he didn't come in as a starter.
Agree.
Is that why that he was pretty much this? Is
Yeah,
the
because he
Because
was
nothing
already
was
off. He was
expected of
already a cast off.
yeah.
So
nothing was
now
expected.
everything is all gravy. Now everything is
no. Well,
I see
everybody's
I see
he's
your
the savior
logic.
right now. He's
I
the
don't see
savior
your
right
Logic to your
now.
point of view. Yeah, I can see that, but I
don't think
agree
so.
that
Only
it's
because
not
of
gonna
this.
be
I don't
less.
think so.
I don't think it's going to be less. I think it's going to be a
yeah.
little more because it's the story. You know what I mean? It's the feel good story.
And well,
I mean,
everybody's already saying
it's
that we
bad
got a better
happening,
chance of
it's
winning,
bad.
even Vegas. So I
Yes.
think that's the case. I
So
think there's
that
less
will
pressure
put
on
more pressure on fucking Jimmy, right? Because now it's like, okay, well now you're in there. We were saying that Trey can't do it, and we were saying that we could do it with you. So now that you in there, you got to show that you can fucking do it.
But he's
or
a
else-
backup, so it's not the
I
same.
mean,
It is, but it isn't. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that he's a backup, but at the same time, it's like everyone was saying, "Well, we could do this better with Jimmy and da 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 da."
Yeah.
When he was the
Now-
But
backup.
he's a,
now-
it's
now
a
that he's in
contingency
there-
plan now. But it's a
Yeah.
contingency plan, so that
no, not
takes
not
a little bit of the
really.
pressure in my eyes. I
I
think
mean,
it does.
kind of. You just you though. You ain't the fucking.
A lot of people are saying the same shit, bro.
No,
Everybody, the media is saying. What are they saying?
they say they
Vegas
have a
odds
better
went up.
chance with
The Vegas
Jimmy
odds got
to go in
better.
the Super
Exactly.
Bowl
Yep.
or to go in the
Yep.
Super Bowl. He got a better chance. So now it's
And there's
not,
not that much
okay if he
pressure
doesn't
there.
go, it's
Everybody's
whatever.
lovey-dovey with him right now. It's a love affair right now.
But you can't say that you got to go there with Lance.
Nobody's
and
even
then-
criticizing him for the Seahawks game when he didn't look in that second half.
no,
But you
they
gotta
were
look
crazy.
though. But, okay,
were.
Everybody's like, "Oh, he came in, he looked great, he threw that TD." But they're
You
not
gotta-
picking him anymore.
But you got to
Nobody spoke about
understand,
the near pick.
he
None of
never
that.
had. Okay, but Jimmy didn't have the OTAs. He didn't have the fucking training camp.
Here
Motherfuckers,
he
That's what's
goes.
impressive
Jimmy's
about it.
counsel.
To me.
all the
Jimmy's
years.
counsel is speaking.
You know
No,
what I mean?
but I'm
that's
saying, like,
impressive
how-
to me because he didn't have shit.
He
and
didn't
he
have
didn't have
shit.
the playbook until
Even
the
when
29th of
Even when he
August.
came back to the team, what was he doing? He was on a fucking side field, fucking jerking off the whole fucking time. Like he
Right.
wasn't with the fucking team doing nothing with these dudes. He was
No, he wasn't doing
whatever the
shit.
fuck he was doing.
like the man apart.
hanging out with
Same
Womack.
playbook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
he
just
was
think
the
like
baddest
when
guy.
he started practicing, like probably a week before the game is when they fucking signed him and he started practicing. Like
You
actually
gotta
started throwing to
wonder-
people and shit. Like
He tore his
Vet
ACL,
says
right?
Jimmy ain't winning shit. I
He
can't.
tore his ACL, right? Or was it?
Can't
It was in
disagree
his
with
knee.
that.
Was
What?
it? It was his ACL, right? Jimmy
ACL,
tore.
yeah.
Okay. So from what I
Yeah.
remember, I think from
I agree
what I
with that.
remember,
I agree.
yeah, the ACLs take about 2 years to
But you
heal.
can't even say that because you don't even know what fucking Lance can do. You basing all this off of
Yeah, but answer the question. ACLs take 2 years to heal, from what I understood.
2 at least.
at least, yeah.
At least 2
Womack-
years to heal. You know what I'm
Womack had a
saying?
torn
So
ACL. What do you think,
if
Womack?
that's
2 years?
if that's the case, 2019,
Shit, I was ready to go that fucking year,
2018,
but I was
2020,
18.
2021.
I wasn't fucking. I was 18, but
Anyway, so 2018 to
up.
2020
Shut
is
up,
when he would
homie.
be fully healthy,
you just said it, stupid. Yeah,
right?
Shut
So-
up, Womack.
I was
So
trying to
now
get a
that
quick answer, but you wanted to go on a fucking whole rant. Go ahead.
now he's like, you know what I'm saying? You could say that he's probably fully healed from this thing.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You've been.
So we're gonna find out, you know what I mean? And now that his shoulder's getting better, and if he gets that shit stronger, we'll see what's going on now. You know what I mean? I hope because for real, that wasn't that bad of a performance coming back from no camp. You know what I'm saying? Now he knows the playbook. Let's not get that fucked up.
Yeah, people saying that shit.
But he
Oh, he
doesn't
didn't have a
know the new-
playbook. That don't make
Yeah,
no
but he
difference.
doesn't know the new scheme and the way it was going to be run for
Mhm.
Trey. It wasn't tailored to him no more. It was tailored to Trey.
That's why it don't make a difference because it's
You know
like
what I
you
mean?
said.
No, it does make a difference because he had to learn some of the different terminology, maybe. You know what I mean? But to be able to do all of that without getting any real reps with the first team, that's pretty impressive to do what he did coming into the game. And I'll say that for sure. Now, I thought it was going to be
I'll
way
give him
worse.
props on that first drive, but the rest was very mediocre.
You got to wonder if
best.
Shanahan's play calling was shit. You know what I mean? You got to know that too. You can't just.
Well,
put
I'm
it
just
all
talking
on-
about the throws, though. The guys were open, and
Some
he
of
was
his throws
missing
were
them.
shit. I ain't gonna lie, because I seen some of them.
Well, it was raining too, so you
But-
gotta get there.
you
But
gotta
nobody's
remember,
saying that,
it
though.
was-
National media, I haven't heard one person
And-
say anything bad about a throw
And he
Jimmy made
didn't
on
even
Sunday.
he didn't even get a training camp in, dog. You know what I'm saying? He was healing the whole time. So you gotta give him a little more props on that one. Don't get me wrong, the
Yeah,
mistakes were
that's what I'm
mistakes.
saying. Yeah, like
You know what I mean? But still,
This is the perfect.
was-
This is the perfect
was
storm for
impressive.
Jimmy. This is the perfect setup for
it
him.
could. Yeah,
Yeah.
it couldn't. I
So
mean, it
let's
couldn't-
hope that he gets his shit together nice and healed up properly. And with another couple of weeks, starts to get better. And let's hope Shanahan takes the cuffs off
Yeah.
and lets him play a little more like 2017 when he
I'm gonna-
pared down the book.
because his
You know,
arm's not in game shape. His
I'm gonna
arm
remain
isn't in
skeptical
season fucking mode at all.
because
So
Jimmy
it's
has
gonna
never
take
had a
little bit.
problem. Jimmy has never had a problem against the mediocre to bad defenses. It's when the
Mhm.
playoffs, when he plays against the good defenses, where he struggles.
Well, we know,
he,
we
he
know.
can,
all
he could
that.
beat up the
Okay.
Seahawks.
But then
But we-
again,
Especially this
but last
version.
year,
I
but
think
he
we need to cut
torn
down
thumb.
that playbook some, you
And
know
the
what I mean?
shoulder,
Just to
so-
give him a little less shit to think about all the fucking time. Because he did
I'm
just
not
fine
talking
with
about
that
last year,
team.
Womack. I'm talking about his whole career.
You know. So I mean, don't get me wrong. We were all happy he was leaving. We all gave him the dap that he deserved for coming in and stabilizing the position and making us contenders or helping us get to contendership. You know what I'm saying? More aptly put. You know, we were all ready to let him go. You know, but now, you know, with the way he was, treated and the way he, he stepped up in that game. You know what I'm
He
saying? It's indicative of what we always seen of him, you know? But at the same time, I'm not going to say that he still doesn't have those limitations until he shows me, you know what I'm saying, that he doesn't have those limitations. And
For
I will
your
always-
prediction of how we finish,
I'm
are you
still-
going to change
now.
that? Are you
Nope,
changing
I'm
that?
not. I'm not. I
I'm
said
changing
anywhere from 10 to 14, and I'm still rocking with that. With
And
Jimmy
Super
on
Bowl
there
win?
now, I still think we can do 10 to 14. You know what I mean?
And a
on
Super
for
Bowl
real.
win?
Super Bowl win. What I
I'm gonna
say?
say
I said
negative.
us versus the Bills.
Bills will whoop us.
And that's what I said. I
Bills.
said us versus the Bills, and we win. But
Unfortunately,
looking
Bills
at the
will
way
whoop
those
us.
fucking guys are, man, they're
Yeah.
world beaters right now.
And who do they got, Cello? Who do they got?
They got Steph D,
Russo, and Boogie
Boogie
Basham.
Basham. You know what I mean?
Those are two
I
guys.
told
we
you
wanted.
those guys were going to be good. I told you that dude was going to be good. But regardless, I think our defense can hang with their defense, bro. We got a solid defense. I just
Good.
wonder.
Yeah, I can see it
I
happen. Yeah.
just wonder about our offense
Because
ability.
they still got no run game. I don't think their running backs is still.
They don't
I think
have to.
they won't be able to
Jimmy
run
would be shook as fuck
They don't-
against that defense. I'm gonna tell
We
you
just
that.
They don't.
that's the only thing that that they would get us at because their defense is definitely legit, and ours is way legit. You know what I'm saying? I say we easily top 3 this year if we keep playing the way we're playing. You know,
They're deeper on D line, but we're
If our
I
run
think we got a better
game,
secondary.
really?
if
They're deeper on D line.
Yeah, they got
Damn.
fucking Ed Oliver. They got who
they
did I
got
just
Ed
mention?
Oliver. I
Russo.
forgot about that fucking dude.
They got Russo. They
Well,
got
now-
Boogie Basham. They got Von Miller, Epinesa, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Vanessa,
And there's some other cats. That's 5.
wow, man.
I would say they're pretty fucking deep.
Damn, that's a hard one to swallow, man.
The one that was what would
I
dictate
thought-
Von
that?
Miller alone, because Von Miller, I would take him over. Well, I don't know about that.
Well, we kind of
What would
Him and
dictate that?
Bosa.
whenever we
would-
played him.
Our
He
run
didn't-
game would dictate that win because if we can't run the fucking ball, then we gonna be fucked. If we can run the ball,
I
because
think
don't
Von Miller's a
that-
better pass rusher than Bosa.
yeah, but I don't think our
Bosa's
run
better
game.
against the
No.
run, though.
No, better
don't think
pass
so?
rusher than Bosa.
I think so, yeah.
No,
More impactful. Definitely.
no, not even. Maybe a couple years ago when he was still with Denver and he was still tearing shit up with Doomerville.
He's been
and
tearing shit up this last 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? But he not against Bosa, dog. Bosa's already got what?
Pass rush,
sacks?
yes.
And
Deep
and
rush,
how many
rush.
catches?
Against the rush, Bosa got him. But pass rush, pure pass rushing?
Nah, dog.
I'll take Von Miller.
I'm way. I no, vehemently disagree.
Well, our run game would dictate that win because, like I said, I don't think they have that great of a fucking run game. The Bills. I mean, they they got a couple little fast backs, but I don't think that. But they ain't running on us like that. Like if our run game was a little dominant, I think we might edge them out a little bit just
But who
based
would
off
you
of
take
that.
as a pass rusher, though, Womack? Von Miller or just a pure pass rusher?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they.
If you want to go by history, you would go with Vaughn because
But they
he's
both
done it.
effective because Von still
But
got
even
to get
this
off.
game, even this season,
Von still got to
He's
get
getting-
off as old as he is.
Von been
His
going
get off is
crazy.
still his
Right.
get off is still, but Von Miller has been stonewalled.
Yeah, we did it to
a
him
few
last
times.
year.
but
And we
Bosa
did
got
it-
stonewalled by the fucking Bears last week.
He got his sack though.
It's
You know what
raining.
I'm saying? So he obviously didn't get took out
Yeah,
the
it's
game.
different
that
in the
bad.
rain. Your footing's a little different in the rain when you're just trying to go.
Didn't play
But,
that much season.
But Bosa's probably a little bit hard to fucking handle one on
He's
one.
younger. He's got a lot more path ahead of him, bro. He's the
He's
I
guy.
don't know about
You
that.
want the
I
younger
don't know
guy
about
right
that.
now.
Von Miller got a little.
end
Von
of his
Miller got a
career.
little more
Von
wiggle, a
Miller
little
got
more
way more moves.
bend. He got a little more bend around the edge. But Bosa's just
They're
got,
neck and
he's
neck.
got.
I mean,
he's
we
got
could agree on
counters
that. They're
sometimes.
neck and
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't agree. I can't agree. And like I said, Vaughn definitely has, you know what I'm saying, the history. He's done it
Mm-hmm.
for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting to that point now where he's going to start thinking retirement. That's why he's now only going to certain teams that are contending. You know, he's not trying to go to another team because he only got a few more years.
Well, he's
left.
old. Why would you wouldn't
You know
want
what
to
I'm
go to a
saying?
scrub team?
Well, that's what I'm
fucking as
saying.
low as you are.
He's
You're
not going
try
to try to
and
go
win
to a
something.
reclamation project because he's trying to go to a place and win rings. He wants legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he went to the Bills this year because he felt,
So,
and with good reason, we've seen them straight run over people these last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? But still, you know, it's his supporting cast that makes him better because he didn't last year. He didn't look that awesome to me. You know what I mean? On the for real.
Playoffs, he was pretty solid. Though.
He did his job, yeah. But you know what I mean? You know he's gonna turn it up in the playoffs because he's been there before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
he did
to
on
me-
us, but Trent Williams was all fucked up. Like his foot was all fucked up. Like he didn't have no get off. He didn't have no push off and shit like that. He couldn't really.
right. Well,
No,
we still handled
no
him.
room.
We still handled it, Von Miller. He had 1 sack in how many games against us? Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
I
know
think
what I
he
mean?
only played 2 against us, right? 2.
He got 1. That's all I remember.
He only
got
played 2
one
against us, though. He
game.
only played 2 games against us.
Yeah, because they only got him last
He
year.
wasn't there for the first one.
Yeah,
He got
wasn't
traded
there
in
for
this.
the first one of the
the
year?
first 2, yeah.
I thought he was there
You're
for
right.
the first
He
one
got
of the
he
year.
got traded.
Oh, okay. All right.
mid-season.
Yeah. So he got
Around
so
that.
2. So 2. He got into 2. He got 1 sack. You know what I mean? And I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that was great indicative, you know what I'm saying, of a guy like him. He needed to run through, but then, you know, he's only got one other person over that you really got to be afraid of on that line, which is Aaron Donald, you know? So over here, he's got like 5-6 people you got to worry about, you know? So, you know, of course it's going to free him up. Now, Bosa is starting to get more of that too now. You know what I'm saying? And look what he did last game, 2 sacks.
I don't know. It's just gonna come down to us running the fucking ball. I think.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know,
because for shootouts, we ain't gonna catch him.
We ain't gonna do that because Kyle don't let Jimmy throw the ball in the playoffs anyway. You know what I mean? Unless it's like to try to get a first down or something.
But we ain't gonna shoot out with the fucking Bills. We ain't gonna keep up with Josh Allen and them.
We better not fucking shoot out with the Bills because they got better weapons.
It'll be over at that point. But we just slow them down a little. We just pass rush and just get in there, annoy them a little bit. You know what I mean?
But the defense is the great equalizer. If they can play the way they've been playing, the way we know they can play, shit, we might even be able to shut down the Bills too. You never know.
I don't think so. No.
Not shut them out. Well, I didn't say shut them out, but we can shut them down. Especially
their weakness though is their running game. They don't really have a
they don't have no running.
They don't have to though. You know
that's what I was saying.
Well, they got Allen. They got Allen to run.
Yeah, Josh Allen can run that shit. You know
what I'm saying? He's doing pretty good in that. You know, so
I don't know. It'll be a hell of a fucking. It'll be a hell of a Super Bowl. It'll be better than the last fucking couple Super Bowls. I fucking know that.
Look. Let's be completely clear. I don't really, you know what I'm saying, think that's a smart matchup for us. You know what I mean? Just because of how they are on you know what I'm saying, at quarterback and their offense. But you know what I'm saying? If I would say straight up,
they did. Fuck. What do you mean, Shmoney?
They did like a couple plays after.
They did run his ass.
They really did.
A couple plays after.
That's what I'm saying. Most is the guy, you know. Now you start talking about what's the name, you know, Vaughn a couple years ago when he still, you know, still had some more youth. Yeah, then I would take him over both of them. But now, bro, with the man, you know, coming into his
Vaughn
own.
Miller still has some get off though.
This year is going to be a crazy year for Bosa, but he's on pace right now for 25.5 sacks on the year.
I can see
right now, he's on pace for 20. And it's only 2 games. But
you can see that? Hell no, he ain't getting 25.
He's on 20. He's on pace for 25.
25 sacks, Leo? Isn't that like a fucking record?
That's way past the record.
So if this 22 and a half
is the record.
22 and a half.
Yeah.
You know,
well, he does get an extra game. He get an extra game.
And if he gets someone to fall down to give him some sacks.
Yeah, if he can find a guy like Favre, like fucking Strahan did for the last one.
And get a fall down.
Fucking bullshit.
That extra game too helps. So
even Cedric Hardman said that was bullshit. You know, but yeah, anyway, you could do it. 22. You could do it. If like you said, that extra game helps. Look what Cooper Kupp did. You know what I'm saying, with an extra game. You know, last year he got that record and a little higher. Hell yeah, he is definitely the prototype.
Prime Von Miller, I'll take over Bosa. So. But they're in the same. They're in the same elite level.
Let's see if you say that in a couple more years. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't even in his prime yet, bro.
Yeah, he's not true. He's still in it yet. He hasn't reached his ceiling yet. It's going.
You know, he's only been in the league 4 years now.
This is 4th year,
and this is all after that injury too.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't even. Bro, he ain't even hit his stride yet, dude. He's still ascending. So, shit, we could be looking at some real crazy numbers in the next couple years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think for the next 6 years, I don't think he's going to get less than double-digit sacks any year. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get double-digit sacks every year.
Yeah, for sure, double digits. Yes, the next 5 years, I agree with that.
5-6 years, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's what? He's 25?
Yeah,
around there, probably.
Because the extension's coming up.
No, you know he's going to get signed. Let's not even play that. I
think Greenlaw got an extension.
Yeah, he did. He just got signed. That's why he was flying around the field making tackles. 8 tackles.
Well, he got it because he got that because he was flying around. He got it after the game, right? He got it after that game, though. They're like, all right. Stop fucking doing
relax with those
24. Nicky's 24. 6 more years till he even hits his prime. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about he could be putting up Von Miller numbers.
I don't see no 25 though. His career high is 15 and a half. He ain't getting 10 more sacks.
That's his on pace. You know what I'm saying?
That's his second year start.
That's what they say.
That's his second 4 year starting because he was injured in 2020.
So we'll see what really happens this year because the way he's coming out the gate this year is not even a joke. He had 7 pressures last game.
I'll say 20, which is hella damn pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, still.
You don't think he has the ability to get the record? I think he does.
Nah, I don't think so. Not this.
The ability, whether he will or not.
There's not like you mentioned. The supporting cast around him is not enough.
What?
The supporting cast around him is not enough.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at
Really?
all.
Who's a dominant other guy around him?
So Kinlaw looking like a
Not
freaking
dominant.
monster world beater these last 2 games.
Okay, but disappears way too much.
So now, no. He just got back, bro, and he's looking pretty damn good this last game. I think he got 4 tackles the last game as an interior DT. That's pretty good. And then so who's been disappearing and who's injured again is Armstead. You know what I mean? And he's back in his natural position. You know what I mean? That's his natural position. You put him back there, and he's supposed to produce. And you got to
worry about talking about him no more. We
that's definitely helping you. We'll see what Drake Jackson can do. You know what I'm saying? But eventually,
But that's what I'm saying. What you mentioned, all you mentioned,
half a sack.
Everything you just mentioned is nothing that's like.
Manny Hughes should have got the half a sack. I think it was. Okay. Yeah, but
Bosa makes the defense.
He's the game breaker. You know what I'm saying?
So you take him off, and it's an average defense. A little bit above average.
Above average, dog. Come on now.
A little bit.
Because the way we reloaded
our linebackers.
I would agree with the cornerbacks we had last year. You take Nick off the field, and we're an average defense. But the way we restructured it, and once Jimmy Ward comes back, I think that back end is going to be just as solid as they've been playing. And then, of course, we've got our best linebacking core since we had.
That says he would take Bosa. Might put Bosa, Miles Garrett over Bosa.
Garrett's pretty decent. He's decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, the way
TJ Watt too. TJ Watt is fucking.
He's a man, dude. But you know what I mean? Bosa's, I think, have cut from
he's elite. Bosa is elite.
I mean, all these dudes are fucking.
Yeah,
he's cut from the same cloth. So I'm thinking that the way if he keeps playing the way he's playing, and if Drake Jackson comes on strong, you know what I mean? He is.
But those guys, Drake Jackson will eat some of them sacks too.
He needs to get in. He needs some more playing time. They keep pulling him for Ibukum, and I'm not really too cool with that. I mean, but Ibukum has a sack already on the year, so let's hope that he can sustain that the rest of the year.
I seen Hyder getting some pressure.
But I do think that's why we picked him up. He's faster. I would like to see a lot more of him.
We just need people who can just command attention. That's all we need. Like I said, if Kinlaw could fucking at least be remotely.
He's doing all right.
They could, command the doubles and shit like that, and then single up. Because if Bosa gets singled up like Chucky, he's gonna win a 1-on-1 like fucking nothing.
He got one of them sacks on damn near 3 people were in front of him. He still damn sack, bro. That motherfucker's a monster. You know what I mean? And he's only getting better. He's only growing into his body, getting strong. He's only 24, bro. We've got so much time with this dude.
Yeah, you can grow into it.
Vet,
for sure.
Vet said we don't have. I would say our weakness is our interior D line. We don't got no run stuffers like that.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
And we lost your boy.
Defoe was great.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's a weakness, but it's definitely one of the lesser. It's one of the lesser areas that's
It's our biggest weakness, I would say, other than O-line.
It's not the strongest.
I wouldn't even.
It's not weak. I'm not saying it's weak,
weakness,
but I'm saying it's.
If you're going to point something out, then you would probably go
O-line and interior D-line.
Yeah.
And I could see that being an issue, but the thing is, there's not that many teams built to run in the middle anymore, so that helps us out. Eagles could possibly, but they don't have no running backs like that anyway.
Another thing though, the NFC as a fucking whole is, I mean, fuck, that shit is the floodgates are open for the fucking NFC. Like,
nice. But Vet, I'll counter that. I'll play devil's advocate on that. You played a rain monsoon against the Bears, and another rainy game against Seattle. So you're not playing world beaters. I will say that.
But you are getting a lot of rep on that run defense. You know what I mean, on rain games. So I mean, it's rightfully earned. We'll see how Chicago and Seahawks play next week, and like we said,
he said our run. I thought he said our whole defense. Okay, that makes
our run
makes
defense.
Some sense.
That was decent, yeah.
But we haven't faced any. I mean, Rashawn Penny and who else? Khalil Herbert.
We'll get our chance. We'll get our chance soon. I still think we're going to hold up extremely well, to be honest with you. But
here we go. It's going to happen quicker.
It plays into our hands that there's not that many teams that are run down. We're one of the only most physical run based teams in the NFL.
We are a bully ball team. We are straight. We're still a bully ball.
I would say
team.
Us, Philly. Who else was like a run based offense?
I don't know. Maybe Green Bay. Maybe
not really.
They're not run based.
It's not too many. It's not
Colts,
too many.
But they ain't. We don't have to worry about that
too. Yeah.
No, yeah, because they got
They're on
what's
the
his
other
name?
side.
Yeah,
They're on the
yeah.
other side.
In the NFC, I don't see anybody physical like that.
Yeah, there's no one really in the NFC as a whole. It's like it's
You
wide
look at
open. That's what I'm
Brady and them;
saying.
they don't really. They got Fournette, but their interior O line is tore up from injuries, so
Mhm.
that's not going to be as big a factor. Saints look like the
Maybe the
Saints.
Giants.
They don't impress me.
Maybe the Giants because Saquon's fucking leading the league
We'll
in
fuck
rushing
the
right now.
Giants up. I'm not.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to entertain
Daniel
that.
Jones, really? Daniel Jones. Really?
what are you
Come
talking
on.
about? Running?
I mean, early. It's only week 2, but
We do have Saquon. Yeah,
it's
but
only week 2. But I would say Eagles. They played us tough last year. We would beat them, but I think that could be a little bit of an issue for us.
Well, Hurts is feeling himself a lot more this year. You know,
They got
I mean,
AJ
Well,
Brown.
he's
that
playing.
helped.
Yeah, that helps. But he's playing a little.
Big.
He's playing a little
They got
better
a number
lately.
1 receiver. That helps the confidence right there. And they had a nice cast around him with Dallas Goddard, the tight end, second year Devontae
Yeah,
Smith.
but
So they got some weapons.
Devontae Smith, and then they got homeboy too. Don't they get the other receiver too? The other Alabama receiver?
Yeah, I just said Devontae Smith.
No, was there another Bama receiver they got? Who the fuck did that? No,
I don't know how many Bama receivers you know.
they fucking got. I mean,
Devontae Smith, bro. That's the other Bama receiver.
yeah, Judy
Waddle?
was, right? Judy was Judy and Smith, right?
hold on.
You talking about what?
Womack's on some other shit. Right?
Yeah, maybe I am tripping. I don't know.
Devontae Smith is the receiver you're talking about, bro. Alabama receiver.
Oh no, they didn't. Oh no, never mind. They didn't get the receiver. I'm thinking of someone else.
You're in Jimmy land right now.
Nah.
He's still looking. You don't fucking believe me, huh?
No, I said no. I said no. They didn't. I already said they didn't. Keep up.
Anyway, get on track here. That's the only small gripe I could say is the interior D line, and even then, it's not a total weakness like you guys mentioned. It's
right.
a weakness.
You're
it's
looking
there.
for
It's
Our
something
weakness?
to kick at, basically.
Weakness
if you're
right now?
gonna-
well, no, he said that Vet said that we're, we have no holes, and
The only
certain
one
extent.
that
right now.
you can find,
Oh.
if you really looked, is maybe the interior D line.
yeah, because secondary safety has been great, corners have been
defense.
great,
Yep.
linebackers we already know we got one of the best in the
Yep.
league. But when you look at the interior guys, you're leaning a lot on Armstead and Kinlaw, which are question marks. Granted, Kinlaw could bounce back, but we haven't seen it yet. We've seen a decent play out of him, but we haven't seen dominant
he's
play.
bounced back pretty well, man. He's been handling his A and B
Certainly.
gaps pretty good. He hasn't
Yeah.
been giving up too much. You know what I mean? It's just is what's Armstead doing?
Consistency, though.
Nothing.
You know, that's what I'm looking
I haven't
for.
heard Armstead's name fucking called in 2
You
fucking
know?
games. I haven't.
Exactly. So I'm like,
And where's Womack?
Here
I
again.
haven't
You
heard
know?
anything about him either.
Well, when you don't hear about
Who?
corners, that's normally a good thing. When you don't fucking hear
Womack.
corners' fucking names.
We played rain games and we played Fields and
Hey, if it's
Geno
a
Smith.
rookie, bro, all I gotta say is if it's a rookie and you're not saying
did have
his name,
penalties, didn't he?
that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
he had a
No.
PI or something. Yeah, he
Who?
did.
Oh,
No,
week
that-
one.
Womack.
I think that was
Womack?
Chicago. That was against Chicago.
Yeah, week
Yeah.
one.
The less you said, you know what I mean, then the better. You know what I'm saying? But that just means they're doing their job. You know what I mean? That's all that matters.
Especially on defense. You don't hear their name on defense. I mean, unless
No.
unless you're
Unless he
Armstead,
makes
where
a
it's just
crazy
you don't hear
play.
your name because you're not doing fucking nothing.
So
Like-
I'm already looking at the weather for Denver, and I remember hearing there's going to be
Raining.
They're gonna
but
snow.
No rain. It's
We had
going to be
no
80
rain?
degrees. So 80 degrees. We should
That
be
means
good.
a lot of cramps.
Well, they're mile up there. So you said 80 degrees and snow?
Yeah.
That's gonna be some cramps.
No, no snow. 80 degrees.
I was like, what?
That's
That ain't gonna
Womack.
work,
Womack
bro.
says snow. I said 80 degrees, and Womack says with snow.
Snow.
Nigga,
That's
we
gonna be
about
the
to
next one.
die, man. Fuck.
The snow bunnies are going to be there for Jimmy.
Right?
Yeah.
They're for sure going to be there.
Look for some
Snow
cramps.
bunny.
80 degrees and up there in that high altitude.
Mm-hmm.
Could be some cramp games.
Drink some Coors Light. It'll be all right.
Hopefully we've already
Yeah.
left and we're getting acclimated to that high air. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe
Because
we have
whenever
Kittle,
we do that
maybe.
shit, we're good. Whenever we go
You should
early,
have
we-
Kittle. I mean, fuck. Like, it's been 3 weeks, dude. Come on. Like, how bad?
Are we
can it be?
picking us? Who's picking the Niners to win this week? Let's get to
I am
that.
picking us.
I think we're all in agreement that they're going to win.
I'm changing my record to 12-5.
Hey, I'm in the pick'ems. I'm in first place. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah. I forgot to pick 2 of them, so it's cool. Still early.
And it begins.
So you're taking the Niners still?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I think we're all taking
Even
it.
with Jimmy Jesus, I'm taking the Niners with Jimmy Jesus back from the dead.
Bro,
I think I'm gonna take the Broncos in this one.
come on, Doug. Really?
With the ghost of Russell, man. He gives us
Bro,
issues.
I don't know.
Their
Yeah.
defense is not Russell, bro. Think about it, man. You know what I mean? We just blanketed Seattle, bro.
Yeah, but I
No,
don't trust
that's-
Jimmy. I don't trust Jimmy.
We-
I don't know.
And the
It's still
Broncos
we
defense is
blanketed them.
okay.
And these guys gave up 30-something points to them. So
But
their
we got no
defense
running back either. Who's our running back?
trash.
They didn't
We
even
got
do
running
shit
back.
with
What are you talking
Houston.
about? Oh,
It
they
was
don't
like
got,
what, at the third quarter they
Well, we
finally
got
we
Tevin
don't got a
Coleman
running
now.
back.
We got Tevin
we
Coleman
don't
now.
got no running back.
Yeah, our starting running back's out. We got Jeff
Uh,
We
Wilson.
got J
We got
Dub,
Tevin Coleman
got
now.
Mason.
Marlon
Jeff
Mack
Wilson is
loaded.
okay.
Marlon Mack up.
Nah, we got Marlon
All them
Mack.
dudes are just question marks, though.
Nah,
We haven't seen Mason in an
nah,
actual
nah.
Denver
game.
offense sucks.
I don't know
fat-ass
where all this.
Definitely.
I don't know where all this negativity is coming from today.
It's not
I really
negativity.
don't.
It's
It's because
objectivity.
Trey's gone. His boy Trey's gone. He's fucking mad. Jimmy's in, so he's just gonna fucking.
No, where's our
look,
running backs? Where's our running backs?
J
Nah, I
Dub
mean,
got
we got-
18 on 84, bro.
you got
You know what I
Jeff
mean?
Wilson.
That's
Then
not
we got-
impressive, though. That's decent. That's average
That's
play.
very decent. And then he had like another 30 on receiving yards, bro.
Yeah, you got
He
Marlon
did
Mack.
fine.
We could finally see some
Marlon
Jordan
Mack is a
Mason.
question mark, though. He's
We-
coming off of a fucking.
We are only
That's
Achilles
who's I
tear.
don't want it, but
We
he is
could
still
fi-
26. Don't forget, he's still young, you know.
We
So
could
he can
finally
come
see
back.
No,
some
he
Jordan
he can be
Mason.
a factor. I'm just saying I don't
Yeah.
think this early coming off of that.
He
You
is
know,
a
it's a
I will
question
agree,
mark.
he's a question
Question
mark
mark.
so completely.
And Jordan
then
Mason is
you
a
know,
question mark too.
Well, I mean,
He
you know
is,
what?
but why
I
are we
think-
throwing to these fucking running backs? I don't understand why we're not using these dudes as fucking receivers out of the fucking
Right, we
backfield.
need
There's
to
a lot of
definitely get
fucking
them
shit we
back.
can do with these now.
We
I
definitely
mean,
need to-
Houston was winning.
Offense.
Sucks fat ass dick.
I thought it said defense.
Yeah, Houston was winning 9-6 week 2.
But Houston
Against
has
Denver,
played
so-
good this season.
But still, I mean,
Well, they also
were
don't
hanging
forget,
with
they
the-
also just signed Tico to the
Who?
practice squad. Yeah, you know how Shanahan loves Tico.
who's that?
Who?
Tevin Coleman.
Oh, Tevin Coleman, yeah. Sure.
Tico.
Yeah,
But you the
His
fucking nickname fucking
that's what they were
master
calling
of
him.
this.
That's what they're. Come on, bro.
I don't remember
You mean-
Tico.
You need to read. You need to read.
He don't
Stop.
know how to
Stop just
fucking
looking
read.
at your phone.
He's
How you
too
doing,
busy.
phone?
He's too busy.
Getting the
Causing
new
I don't know,
havoc
man.
on Twitter. He's too busy on Twitter. That's what he is. Too much. Oh my gosh, too much.
I'm starting to get a lot of likes on my shit now, though.
Should we?
More like dislikes.
I'm starting to get a lot of
We
likes.
should
on my
win that
shit,
game next. We should win this game, but
I think
I don't know. Something's just telling me
I think
Russell's
minus
still
two.
there.
you're shell shocked from Russ. I could understand that motherfucker didn't snatch victory.
Well,
from the
until
Charles
we
Field
until we
too
prove we
many
could
times.
beat them. I mean, I understand, but
Dumbass
I
shit.
think we're gonna get them. But
I think we get him this, because he's only gonna
I
have
hope
one
so.
person.
I hope I'm
He's-
wrong, but
he's
I'm
beat
gonna
us-
officially pick him.
he's beat us 19 fucking times since
Yeah,
2012 or
I would
some
say.
shit like that.
I would
Some
say
ridiculous
from
shit.
big difference from week 1, week 2. We had 9 penalties week 1.
One.
Week 2, we only had
Uno.
1. So we showed much more discipline, and
Mhm.
you know, that's a huge factor. It's gonna be deep. It's all these games are gonna be back to when Jimmy was starting. Defense is gonna have to win us games maybe, or keep us close to these games. So
Well, I would agree with you 100 with that, but I'm going to say if can we give love to D'Amico for this game? This was ridiculous what he put on out there in the game.
yeah.
If he keeps calling like that and we keep playing like that, it ain't going to be a question. This defense is going to probably be the best in the league this year,
Mhm.
and we've got a lot to grow and build on, because in all phases we pretty much shit on them, dude. Their run game was banished from the beginning. They couldn't run, what I'm saying, over a fucking egg.
Exiled.
But their O line is
Exiled.
trash. I mean, it's just hard for me to gauge much off the Seahawks. Their O line is trash. Gino
Right.
is trash.
But you're
Yeah.
supposed to make trash.
Running
teams
backs are
look close,
trash.
It's a valid point.
I mean,
point.
they
That's a good
beat
point.
they beat the team that we're playing next week, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a similar situation, but I don't think that we're going to smash them outright. I think if we do score like 27, they'll probably score 15. It'll be a little more competitive, But I think outright we're gonna go in there and tear
But
them
then
up.
again, Russell, they still need to get together. They're still looking like they ain't fucking
And then they have
played
tons
with
of
they still look
Rookie,
discombobulated on
rookie head
they
coach.
have
team
no
wise. Yeah, so I
it's
mean,
How many
still,
times have we said
still
that about
gelling.
Russell Wilson, and then he comes in and beats us?
They're still gelling
Where
though.
the Seahawks have been looking weak as fuck.
Because
O-line
but he was with
garbage.
the Seahawks for how many years, bro? So he
Yeah.
knew the system. He was
So he's
comfortable.
familiar with us, though.
But that's there.
That
He doesn't have the
familiarity don't
same
go away.
supporting cast, though. That's the thing. Either way you look at it, he had.
And,
But he has a good core though. He got
yeah, but a
Sutton, he
lot of
got
them are
Judy,
injured, though.
he
A
got
lot of
Yeah,
them
but
are working.
the
I
running
would-
back.
He's probably
I would
working
say-
with. Yeah,
I say another factor would be too. The reason we would lose to Russell is that sometimes these games we would be. Shannon was
him
getting
hang
out coached by Pete Carroll. I mean, and
Right.
then
that's who.
so I think that's another big.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
true.
know Carroll's not there anymore.
Well, Shannon
so-
got out coached by the Bears coach, so I mean, it happens against
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
that
teams, not
happens
just
twice in a
Pittsburgh.
row, though. You know what I mean? I think basically this dude, you know what I'm saying, is still trying to find his way as well with a team that's still trying to gel. You know, they look good, but they're not there yet, man. So I think personally they still got a ways to go. And then, like we were
Let's
saying,
hope
there's
so.
a lot of injuries. So the way we came off of this week is what I expected from us out of the first week. It just couldn't get out of our own way. You know what I'm saying? And we claimed
If we had Elijah, I would pick the Niners, but without that dominant running back right now, I don't know.
I think you know
We'll
what I
see.
think. I think Elijah's he's
Jeff
great.
Wilson good. Jeff Wilson
And I
good.
like him, and I think he's a great runner. But I think he should be more of a number 2 because he's little, man. He's going to get injured a lot. You know what I'm saying? And look, it already happened 2 years in a row. He's missed almost 12 games now.
No, he missed 6.
He missed 6 last year, but this year, by the time he gets back, that's going to be another 5-6 games. So that's 12 games, bro. That's a lot. I'd rather him be a second guy out there that'll still get you the burst like Kennel Hunter to Frank Gore before Kennel Hunter got injured. You know what I'm saying? That was a great 1-2 punch. But the problem is we ain't got nobody, I think, right now on the roster except
Lil
maybe
Kendall.
you know what I mean? Except
Lil
maybe
Kendall.
Mason
Forgot about
and
Lil Kendall.
Price. You know what I'm saying? That could take over that role at number 1. You know what I mean? As the bruiser, that's going to take most of the hits. Yeah, I would do that. But it is difficult, you know what I mean, to see, him go down again, you know what I'm saying, when we were all hoping that he could probably survive, beyond, at least week 5 before he cut an injury. But
Well, we just need to give Jordan Mason some fucking touches and our receiver too. We got to start putting in new wrinkles in our fucking shit. We can't just run it up, run. And
I think their front
we
seven is going to
gotta-
give us some issues.
We got to throw some wrinkles. in
DJ
there.
Jones, Bradley Chubb, Randy Gregory. McGlinchey's going to be lined up on one of them dudes.
if he goes out and he puts together another run play and we start playing bully ball, that's the best plan, in my opinion. I
That would
like
be
the
nice,
game
yes.
plan, this game plan, because we've got, young guys at the guard positions, and you want to get, what I'm saying, their heart up. You want to get,
That's the
what I'm saying,
recipe.
their confidence
agree.
up right away. You know what I mean? And then you can sprinkle in some throws for Jimmy if you want, and then keep them off balance that way. But I really like the idea of just getting out there and just having them early and often delivering that punch so that they're on the balls of their feet and not the heels. You know what I mean? Because these guys, I think, still need a little more seasoning when it comes to pass pro, but the only way to do that is to be, to be confident in your, abilities to do that. And the best way to get those kids, what I'm saying, ready to play is by running a lot early and often. And if we do that, I think we'll be just fine in this game because we'll neutralize their pass rushers, what I'm saying, and we'll wear down their D-line like we always do, like we did the last game too. So, I mean, it's the plan's the same in my opinion, and I like that, Kyle puts together a pretty decent, package, but I just hope that he starts figuring out how to put a package together for the second fucking half too, so we can stay scoring. Because whenever we fuck off, it makes it, it makes you wonder. You're like, dude, come on, what? Do you not game plan for the whole game, or you just go cold in a second just to try to run out the clock?
I think he tries to get comfortable with that lead and tries to hold on to it. He plays not to lose rather than trying to play to win. That's
what I'm saying, and I've been saying that forever. You know what I mean? So,
Take the under in this game.
I hope he's going to go a little harder, and do a little something different, when it comes to the second half calling, because we just completely disappear most of the time. This
Sunday night
backbreaker-
game too.
A Sunday night game.
Yeah,
Jimmy does decent in prime time, so his record's
Prime
good.
just not
time
Super
Jimmy.
Bowls
It's not
Just
not
not
like Kirk
Super Bowl.
Cousins.
Yeah.
or the NFC Championship game, but other primetime games. Yeah, you could say that.
It's just the postseason, bro. That's the only time we all start cringing really hard. But in the regular season,
Well, you gotta give last season a pass because, like I said, he was fucking injured. He had torn thumb. And
pass?
you can't
he had a
pass.
torn. He had a torn
Shut
thumb
up,
and
Womack.
an AC
Look, give this
joint.
guy a
Man.
pass.
How
When you
often
have-
do they give passes for a fucked up year, bro?
When you have two
The
fucking
NFL
injuries,
not for long, dog. Sorry,
This guy
dog.
over here shaking up.
Not
when
for
you
long.
have two injuries on your fucking throwing arm, just think about it. You have an AC joint injury on your throwing shoulder, and you have a
Right.
torn.
And that
fucking
and that
ligament
could
on
be
your
an
throwing
excuse,
thumb.
Womack. That could be an excuse, but we seen the play he played before those injuries, and it was very similar. 3 and 5
Was it?
start.
Well, he had his fucking thumb injury.
Whoa, whoa,
before
whoa, whoa.
fucking the
Hey,
thing
I
happened, so
feel
it's,
for him,
you know.
and I agree to a point
Right.
with that,
No.
bro. But you know that in the NFL, but they don't give a flying fuck about anything.
This guy said, "We'll give him. I gotta give him a pass."
I mean, we could. He's on
He
our
had
team,
fucking
but,
injuries.
but
You
the
know what I'm
NFL
saying?
don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about none of that shit. You gonna play or you ain't gonna play, and if you ain't gonna play, you ain't helping. So get the fuck out the way.
And like I said, when he was healthy during the regular season, he wasn't setting the world on fire. He was.
Well, who
looking
could
pretty
throw with a
similar.
bum shoulder? Like no one.
I said before he was hurt though.
So
It
I'm
was the
hoping
same gameplay.
we can
Anyway,
all
let's move
hope.
on.
We can all hope and pray that things are gonna be different this year, and I hope they
Yes.
will. You know what I'm saying? Let's just hope and pray for the best.
Yeah.
But,
Like you see, he's healed. He's 3 years removed from his ACL, so his fucking running
Yep.
shouldn't be a fucking.
He
question.
I'm more
be allowed-
confident. I'm more
No,
confident in the Rams game than this Broncos game.
his confidence should be back. Let's hope Kyle will micromanage him. You know what I'm saying? And let's hope he starts resembling a guy that got himself a contract in 2017 because in that year, anytime he threw a pick, he came right back and led a scoring drive for a touchdown. And that was every single fucking time he threw a pick. You know what I mean? So
You know, you
hopefully
can't
that's
expect the
the
same
thing.
thing.
QB play
Every year's
is going to
different.
play a factor though. Russell
totally.
Wilson, 340 yards against that same Seahawk defense that Jimmy only had 154.
All right. We're going to limit
So-
that completely, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to fuck around and do that kind of shit to us.
But he
You know
came
what I
in cold. That's what I'm saying. He came in cold, not even fucking prepared for that shit.
mean? Yep. No camp.
You gotta take that into account. I'm sorry, you gotta take that shit into account.
I
You
give him
can't-
his props
You
for that.
can't you can't disregard that at all. Like what quarterback would fucking who had no offseason, no fucking training camp, would just fucking come in and just throw cold turkey like
and,
come in and just fucking
and
throw it.
succeed
Kurt Warner.
for the most part.
What the fuck
Kurt
has he done
Warner.
that?
He came in that when Trent Green got hurt and he tore the fucking set the league on fire.
Yeah, but he's been there. He was there the whole
he
fucking
wasn't
time. though.
there.
He
went
was
through a
there.
He was barely. He wasn't taking the reps.
He went through a
That
camp,
was all
though.
Trent Green.
He was there. He was there the fucking off. They got him
Jimmy
in the
was there
offseason.
too. He just was fucking, I don't know, flirting with porn stars.
But that's a good one. But
Yeah.
that's a good comparison. I ain't going to lie. That's a pretty good comparison. But he went through camp that
He
year.
went through
Yeah,
camp and
I
had
mean,
an
I will give you
offseason.
that,
He was
but-
with him.
And he wasn't coming off injury, So that's why I give Jimmy his props for this one and what he did. Even though there were mistakes, it was the same kind of Jimmy mistakes that I saw. But hopefully, as his shoulder progressively gets stronger, you know what I'm saying, and the more reps he gets, he knocks the rust off, and he's ready to
And
go.
Kittle's
He's not
back.
football-
So
he's
hopefully
not
that's
Kittle's
football
back,
shape.
so his one of his safety nets will be there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Ward's coming back soon. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everything just
Leave Gibson
upgrades,
in there, fucking
more stingy.
Jimmy Ward.
And then
So-
yeah, I mean, the good thing. I mean, the good thing about these, the players that are hurt, they're not out for the season. They're going to be coming later on, 5, 8, 7 weeks. So that's the only positive thing about these. But
Maybe
we
be
should
fresh,
get-
fresh
we
legs.
should be,
maybe.
yeah, we should be a little bit, later because we don't get our buy in, late November.
Wow.
Mid-season,
November,
I
right?
think.
Yeah, so-
After the let's check.
I think it's like week 8, isn't it?
Well, let's take
Week
stock.
7?
Let's take stock. Check it out. Ward's coming back. Verrett's going to be back. So they're going to
Verrett,
find some
yeah.
way to put him on the field. You're going to have Ty Price coming back after a few more weeks because, of course, he's got a high ankle and those are weird. And then you got Elijah coming back,
Mhm.
and they said 2 months. So yeah, for sure, those guys are going to have fresh legs, and they're going to be nice and rested, ready to go, and they're going to be anchoring for the chance to get ready to go. because they was already ready to play in the first place, and then this shit forced them out. So Verrett coming in, you know what I'm saying, and playing, you know, maybe a little nickel or just spelling a guy or whatever. That's just even more depth, you know. And then of course he doesn't have to be the guy, so that's even better, you know. So we've got things coming in, we've got weapons coming in, we've got guys coming in that are gonna be ready.
Week 9, I think we got a week 9. We got to buy.
Cool, and that's nice because that's in the middle of the season. Ain't no fucking week 4 like last year. Fucking bullshit. So yeah,
last year, I think that was 2019, wasn't it?
No, that was last year, bro. It was one in the 4th week, dog. That was trash. So we've got guys coming back that are going to definitely be ready and definitely be ready for the stretch run of those tough teams that we're going to have to face pretty soon. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to want all hands on deck for the gauntlet that's going to be the AFC West. You know what I mean? Because that's a bunch of fucking playoff teams right there.
I'm going to say 10 and revised with Jimmy as quarterback, 10-7.
No, I can't say that, bro. What? If he lasts the whole season, 10-7?
How you say 13-4 with Trey, but 10-7 with you, motherfucker? You crazy?
Yeah,
10-7.
I don't know if I can do that.
All right, 10-7.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna go a little higher on the scale. I'm gonna say probably at least 11 to 12 wins.
Yeah.
That's
what were we last year? Last year we were 10-7, right?
10-7, yeah.
O-line got a little bit worse. Defense got a little bit better.
Jimmy got hurt, but we got youth. That was the difference. You know, they're gonna learn. You know, and they're strong. You know,
but McGlinchey ain't got no youth.
Cornerbacks is way better. Cornerback, I think that's what's
cornerback.
That Frankenstein fuck is still out there.
McGlinchey does got youth. That's the saddest part.
But he's
only
just
fucking fifth year.
Turnstile. That guy.
He's only in the 5th year. Like how garbage? Like in his 5th year. Garbage can fucking be.
Never wanted him. You know what I'm saying? I was always like trade up and get Quentin Nelson, and you know, no. But anyway,
we'll definitely make the playoffs, but it's gonna be like a 10-7. Rams will fall off a little bit too, so that's.
I think we win. We win the West this year.
I think so too.
Sure. I think we win the West this year. You know, and we
I wouldn't go as far as the vet. He says 6-10.
Jesus,
I think you can't be serious.
No, not with this roster. No, this.
You mean 6-11?
6-11 or 7-10, maybe
6-16.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh man,
funny. That's funny.
Well, I said 10-7. I ain't go that far.
Yeah. Damn. He's like it's scorched earth.
I mean, we do got a tough schedule. I mean, the schedule.
We do got a tough schedule.
And Elijah's out. See, that's bigger than people are making it out to be. I think.
Well, he's gonna be back. Don't even stress that. You know what I'm saying? Once he's back,
8 weeks down the road, right?
But we got guys that can carry it. We got guys that can carry the load. You know, once
we got Tevin Coleman. Fuck, who else?
You know what I mean? Once
you got Tico.
Marlon Mack
back in the house.
Marlon Mack. I mean, I like Marlon Mack.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah.
If he's healed, if he's 100% healed up, Marlon was pretty damn decent.
Even 80%, he could be.
In 2019, he had a 1,000-yard season. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, he's been injured though for a little bit. But you know, if he's fully healthy,
down the road, 3 or 4 weeks down the road, I think he'll be more of a factor.
And that'll be cool because
hopefully.
T. Price will be back by that time. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have our bruiser back.
You know? Price was, man, I didn't like what I seen out of him. I do like him overall, but his average was terrible. It was like 14 for 30 yards.
I'm knowing already.
He needs carries. He needs carries too.
Yeah.
In fourth quarter, when the defense is already run down, then that's when you run him.
Yeah, you want him in the short yards or just
downhill
pounding the rock. Yeah.
Jimmy's. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with you. He's not terrible. I do disagree with you a little bit. He's not terrible. He's an average quarterback. I think people go too far one way to the other, but he's an average quarterback.
Like I said, bro, I'm starting to wonder if Shanahan holding him back some. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for me to see the regression from 20, because that's what it seemed like to me. He was a completely different guy in 2017.
That's what he said after last week. He was like, imagine 2017, just going out and just chucking it, like, you know.
And I'm saying
that's why people probably need to do.
Pull up our schedule real quick. Let's get that. Let's get a glimpse of that now that we have a revised with the Jimmy back there. Let's see if anybody, you know, changes their mind on some of them picks that we had made with Trey back there. I know I did, but let's see if anybody else does. Leo, what do you think?
Well, I had
Leo's frozen.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, hold on.
I
Can't
had
see
what
shit.
I know.
I had 11-7 with
There you
With
go.
Trey, are you with Vegas? Do we get better with Jimmy back there?
I say yeah, a little bit.
He's more confident right now. He just has more confidence.
I mean, record wise, you're gonna go out on a limb and say what? What's the record then? If we
I
prove with
say
Jimmy,
Denver, LA.
12-5. I mean,
I
Damn.
said 12-5. I
This
put
is
them
our
12-5.
schedule.
Yeah.
yeah, that's ambitious, bro.
That's not bad so far.
Well,
The
that
only
murderous
team,
row of
in my
KC,
opinion-
Rams, Chargers, Cardinals.
This is This is. I mean, this is going to be
so
this
Kansas
stretch.
City is the game.
Even this is a fucking that little
even that
fucker.
game with Miami too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Miami's
Kansas
a little
City
tougher now.
and the Chargers
Yeah.
are the ones that are giving me a little bit of wonder.
We got.
The Bucks too. Maybe.
I'm not too worried about this. I'm not worried about this at all.
I say we
Baker's-
split with the Rams. I would say we split with the Rams.
We could win at
I'm
home.
saying we take
win at
Carolina.
home.
We take Atlanta.
That's gonna be
I think we take Denver too.
This one's a L. This is a L no matter who is back there. This is
That's gonna be That's man.
Yeah, I'll say that's an L.
That's an L for sure. This is maybe even an L over here.
That's
maybe.
an L.
I mean,
I
I
would-
don't know.
I would-
I don't know.
Our
about that one.
defense,
I
our
don't know.
defense.
If our
I think our
defense get in
defense
there
can
and
match up.
fuck Herbert up
Yeah.
like
Our
last
defense
time,
can match up.
We can
but
bully
I
them.
think Jimmy's going to be under more pressure.
We
You
can bully
could
ball
have-
them though. We can
from
bully
there,
ball them.
Bosa
We don't
and
have
Mac.
to have Jimmy in there, and throwing passes. We can bully
That's
ball
a
the shit out
game-
of LA.
But that's a game we definitely got to
Yeah.
score at least 35 points.
we
at
might
least.
lose this one. I think we'll beat these fuckheads.
I don't think we're losing the Cardinals this year. Be honest with you.
I think
I
we'll
don't
lose
know.
one.
I think.
say
Yeah,
we
I think. I
split.
think we'll. This was
I think we sweep them.
Mexico. I don't think we lose in Mexico, so we might win.
We're gonna be hyping Mexico. We're taking that one.
Yeah,
That's
we
real.
might lose
That's
that
what
one.
I'm thinking. I think we beat the Saints.
Oh, we got.
Yeah,
home
I
game.
agree with you on that.
Dolphins are the ones that make me wonder because they're
Mhm.
playing pretty damn good. And
Yeah.
what's the name's over there, and he knows the system.
McJack, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And their speed could give our secondary, even though our secondary is improved,
We're gonna
Tyreek,
test
we don't got no
Vaughn,
speed. We don't got
test
no
them.
speedy corners back there.
They're gonna test them.
Ward is not a
Hopefully
speedster.
hopefully our pass rush gets in there and makes Tua fucking look
That
like
game,
two
I
is
believe that we're gonna
Um,
go 3 safeties deep
These
in the
two
Miami
right
game.
here. This might be maybe back to back. I don't know. I mean, who knows? We might even win this one.
They're hurt, but they
We
might
might-
get
we
healthy
might
by
even
that
win this.
time.
Brady.
They're another team that-
Brady. Don't forget
They got
Brady.
receivers on receivers on receivers, though.
They're hurt. A lot of
Back
them
in-
people are hurt right now. So,
Their
but they
interior
might be-
O line is hurt.
they
their
might
defense is
be
better, though.
real
We
healthy.
got L here. So what do you say?
Vita
I think
Vea. Don't forget
that's
Vita
the
Vea.
L. I think
Don't
this
forget
is an
about
L
Vita
right
Vea.
here. I
Sure.
think that's an L. I think this could be a L. I think this might be a L right here. So 3, and then give maybe 2 in there.
The end is not
Yeah,
bad.
11, yeah, 11 and 11 and 12. I mean,
11 and 6.
You can't even
11 and
count, bro.
6. Fucking tired, dude.
11 and 4.
11 and 7. This is 18 games, so 11 and 7.
Yeah,
No, 17 games.
no, 11 and 6.
What?
Yeah, 11.
No,
and
it's
11
18
and
games,
11 and
right?
6.
Nah, 17
11
games.
You're right.
11
17.
11 and 6,
6,
12
that's
and 5, somewhere around there.
I said
11,
it right
12.
the first time.
11, 12 wins. I don't know. I'll
10
say
and
that.
7. I'll stick with what I said earlier. 10 and 7.
Nah, I can't call that one. I would say yeah. I'm still there. I'm still
Well,
at. I
12
don't
and
see any
5.
leadership.
I'm more to
5.
12. Yeah,
10
I'm
to
more to
14.
12.
And Jimmy's bound to miss 2 or 3 games. It's just gonna happen.
Maybe.
Purdy was going to win one
Good.
game this year at least.
Let's say
For sure.
Jimmy is out for a fucking. Is it the season over if Jimmy's out? Probably, huh?
If he's down for
maybe
Or
not.
just Purdy come in and win like 5 in a row.
Damn.
4 in a row. What the fuck
I
happens
don't
then?
think so. I mean, he could win 2
Then
or
he
3.
says what Jimmy said. It felt like 2017 out there, bitch.
Yeah, but that's because they were letting it fly.
Go back up to it. What do you got going on here, man?
That's because
Yeah,
Just look at
Jimmy
that
let
middle.
it
Let me
fly.
look at that
This
middle again.
significant time. It's all
That
bad.
middle is the important part. Kansas City, right there. That KC, Rams,
that's a L.
Chargers, Cardinals, and you're traveling to Mexico City. Then you go back to the. At least we got the Saints here.
Yeah, but the good thing about this stretch is we got 2 home games plus Mexico where we really don't lose. So
Don't say that type of shit, man. Because you say that, and then you're notorious for that shit. We
I don't
never
have to say it.
did.
I mean, it's what it is.
The Super Bowl team has never won a host
They
team. Has
haven't.
never won a Super Bowl.
They haven't in 50-something
and then they
years.
went back to back
Mm.
after you said that shit. So please just keep that shit to yourself.
Well, regardless, fucking still rare.
Yeah, I see. Like
I mean,
said,
it's very hard because we don't know. Nobody's a fucking
10 to
Nostradamus.
14 wins. I'm not gonna stray from that. It's 10 to 14 wins.
That's a
In my
wide margin,
opinion.
though. Come on, bro.
You know what I mean? Well, you want me to get more down on it? Then okay. 12.
Yeah,
and,
give us.
How about 6-11? That'll
12.
fucking.
What's the name? I still think it's possible
12,
to do
12,
14 wins. Shit, Dante
12 was
Whitaker thinks he's
reasonable.
gonna run the fucking table. So you know what I mean?
12
12 was
probably
reasonable.
tweaks
12 was
10
reasonable.
10 and 12. I say 10 and 12. That's the. I think
There's
that's the
something special
threshold.
about this team, dude. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? But I've been feeling that way since all this bullshit started. You know what I mean? Even with the fucking loss of Trey, even with Shanny and his fucking, stubborn ass ways, you know what I'm saying? And, not trying to fuck around and admit his mistakes so he can grow. Even with all this other shit that's going on, you know what I mean? It's Jimmy getting his third, is it the third time a charm? You know what I mean? That kind of shit. It's just too much shit going on for me not to take some kind of notice of this shit and wonder, you know what I'm saying, if it's just going to make the team that much closer. You know what I mean? Because they look like they was happy as fuck when he was getting up off that field after the last touchdown, the backbreaker. So
Injuries are a big concern for this team, though. We just aren't a healthy team ever.
This year,
They're saying shit about that.
Last year wasn't that bad. You know me, to be honest with you. And we people weren't injured for the whole year, and hopefully that's the case again this year. But we already got one off the table, you know what I'm saying, completely. And that was a big one. But I still think we could rally, and I still think we can do this shit. You know what I mean? On it for real. Just some things gonna have to change, and they're gonna have to grow together. And hopefully they can do that shit.
I can't pick us. I can't pick us for a Super Bowl with Jimmy back there. I just can't.
Well, let's say we do win.
Hopefully, I'm fucking wrong. Let's hope I'm
fucking wrong. Are we resigning
wrong.
him? Are we resigning Jimmy even if we do win with him?
If he wins a Super Bowl,
I don't think we.
I don't see them not. Dude, they resigned him and he didn't. And we lost. We didn't get to a Super Bowl.
But so I think that if he wins the Super Bowl, the rest of the teams would be way more aggressive on getting him. So I don't think we'd be in contention. We couldn't pay him.
I don't think he would want to leave either, though. To be honest with you.
I just don't think we could pay him. We couldn't pay him. This is like
especially
this is because he had to. This is because he had to this year.
Well, yeah, because
it was out of necessity. But next year, motherfuckers will fuck with him when he wins the Super Bowl. He's gonna make some.
I doubt he leaves. I doubt he'll go. And then it comes to a point now. Do you re-sign him or do you make sure Bosa's took care of? Because that's
Bosa, no doubt. I'll kick Jimmy out the fucking door and take Bosa.
Of course you would. You know what I mean? Because he ain't won no Super Bowl. You know what I mean? But if he wins the Super Bowl.
But even if he wins it, because Bosa's more vital to the team than Jimmy at any.
Well, because he's a proven commodity and will constantly prove himself over and over again. But what if Jimmy does?
He's actually a catalyst. Jimmy has not been.
He's not been a
catalyst. The defense runs through. Yeah, Jimmy's never the catalyst.
I can't agree with that, bro. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have shit.
It's always been the D in the run game.
We didn't have a damn thing.
It's always been the D in the run game.
I can't agree with that completely, but it mostly is the D in the run game. You know what I mean? You can't take away his contribution.
You gotta throw the ball. That's what I'm saying.
You
gotta fucking throw the ball.
Or you gotta lead. Or you gotta make guys think that you can do shit. And that's what he does.
Throw the ball eventually. You can
run it. That's why they put their faith in him, and that's why they play hard for him. Because he does know how to lead and does know how to inspire, I guess. I don't know. There's no way he's just going to be there all this time, bro, and he can't do shit. You know what I mean? So that's the question.
He's average. I'm not going to say he can't do shit, but he's average.
Is he a priority signing if he helps lead this team and then takes over and actually does something in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl to help you win? You know what I'm saying? Rather than help you lose. Is he a re-signing? Is he a priority? I think he is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the way they'll look at it too. Because they know it's hard to get a proper quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And look at what happened with Lance this year. There's a big question mark surrounding him now.
But then what happens with Lance does? He's fucking just ride the bench till for fucking
look at Jordan Love. He just wasn't drafted as high, so that's why it'll be difficult to explain that around. You feel me? Jordan Love was what around 28th pick or something like that, right?
Like 30,
something like that.
Something like that, right? He was like the 20 to 30s, right? So there you go. But still, he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for how long? And you would think he's ready to take over after absorbing that knowledge. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he looked
Maybe
good.
not
He looked good in the
ready to
preseason.
shit at all now. Because
Right.
this is 3 years now that they fucked this guy up, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows how he's going to come back from this, especially after hearing all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? In the media about coaches and all these motherfuckers thinking, you know, he's good. He just fuck, bro. Your boy just got injured. You can't wait a week to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a bitch.
Well, that's
you know what I mean?
media.
So how's that going to affect him in his mind? You know, he might not want to be here. You know, I'm pretty sure people were telling him, "Hey, don't let them use you like RG3 when he got drafted."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And look what happened. So, you know, I mean, you know, this got to be on his mind somewhere in the back of his head. Like, damn, these motherfuckers just fucked me off like they did. You know what I'm saying? Rob Griff. You know, it's
I don't
something you
know.
got to wonder.
It's probably the hardest schedule we've had in a minute, though.
I'm just gonna say 10. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 10-7 though, because there is regression on the O line and a little bit in the run defense. We're gonna miss DJ Jones at some point.
And you also got to take into account it's probably gonna be like 1 or 2 games that we lose that we probably should win just because
Right.
they're always
One
like
was
that.
already. We had one.
Oh
of those already.
yeah, Chicago, right?
Man.
Yeah. So there's probably gonna be another one in there. So
Right.
yeah,
Well,
I don't
I'll
think
stick
we
with
have-
12-5.
I don't think we have to go deal with the fucking the road we took last year to get to the playoffs. I think we win our division and we're in. Period. We don't have to do the play, you know, weird shit, wild card, crazy shit. But I don't know. I think we can do some. We can do some definitely still do some damage this year because the defense is just going to be ready. You know what I mean?
The
And
D is definitely gonna be ready
they're
for
gonna,
sure.
they're going to be ready. You know what I mean? And it's the stronger we get.
That's not the concern though.
And the run game is going to get stronger too when Ty and what's the name and Elijah get back. You know, so and if not, we got Coleman on the practice squad who knows the system, who Shanahan loves, who can give you some decent yardage at times. You know what I
We'll
mean?
start in the Super Bowl if we go.
You know, yeah, more than likely he will.
So if we miss the playoffs,
Elijah to the practice squad.
if we miss the playoffs, is Shanny on the hot seat?
Hell the fuck yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think he is.
I think for surely if we miss the playoffs, he's definitely on the hot seat.
You missed drafting a quarterback the year.
Because your quarterback got injured, right?
Out.
The quarterback that you had all the faith into got injured, so I don't think he's on the hot seat.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
I think
think that's
like you touched on it a little bit, Leo, because you know what I'm saying, how many times have we whiffed, you know what I mean, in draft process.
Yeah.
You know, high picks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one.
Two,
you can't sustain you know, the team at certain areas, and 3, you constantly disappear in the second quarter and give up huge leads in games we should win. You know?
And had he come out and be remorseful in the press conference and not act like a fucking dickhead,
exactly.
I think that turned a lot of fans on him this week.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of guys who were on the fence, like still giving him the benefit of the doubt. Now they're like, man, this dude's got to go. And I know fans don't run the show, but you start hearing that shit enough, and then you get like an early exit out of the playoffs or not make the playoffs at all, then you got some issues.
Yeah.
So I can see even if we have a first round exit, then you could have some issues because the window is not infinite.
No.
Go ahead, Womack. You had a point?
No, I'm just saying, but we may or may not have even gotten there with Lance. So you can't be like, oh, he's on the hot seat if we don't make it. But if Lance is in there and we don't make it, he wouldn't have been on the hot seat, right? So that's why I don't think.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, we've seen guys get fired for less. You know,
yeah,
but this week, what he did in the press conference set off some shit that didn't have to be set off.
Exactly.
That was just poor management on his part on saying just. Say something better. Show some remorse, dude.
Fans are emotional though. Fans fucking always think with their fucking hearts.
That's true, but the way he handled that was stupid. Honestly, stupid, arrogant, and stupid. All he had to do is say, "Go ahead, Sal."
What was his name that won the Super Bowl with Philly? Doug something, right? Doug Marone.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson. He wins the Super Bowl, and then the next year they have a shit year, and then he gets fired. Remember?
Yeah. I remember.
So, you know what I mean? That was crazy as fuck. You know what I mean?
That's
Everybody
Philly, bro.
knows you have a Super Bowl hangover sometimes. You know what I mean? So to just go ahead and off him like that was pretty weird. Now, so
Well,
Shanny,
I mean, same thing happened to Harbaugh too, right?
but
Went to the
Shanny
Super
done
Bowl
fucked up a
lost,
few
which
times
is
already, and he's
That
done.
was all behind the scenes stuff, though.
Yeah, but that's
That was a little bit on Harbaugh for not knowing how to get along with motherfuckers.
right.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, he checked his dad. He checked his dad out the fucking locker room. You know what I mean? So because they don't know fucking, you know what I'm saying, NFL situations and the unwritten rules. You know what I mean?
Well-
But you don't go in the locker room in the middle of a game and be like, hey, these are all my players. You know what I mean? Let me introduce you to them. What the fuck are you doing, dude? You know, so Harbaugh wasn't wrong for telling him that. He was just wrong for the way he
Approach the
dressed
way he did
like
it.
that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
And that's what Shanny
he signs
has.
his paychecks. So you can't really just go hard on him and
No,
all in
he-
like
he got fired because he told Jed to get out because he wasn't a man. Let's just say call
and he
for what
snapped
it
on
is.
his dad. So he fucked up. Those are the two dudes that signed his check. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You just gotta handle this shit differently, bro. He did. He told him the men play here. This room is for men. Like, you know, you can't do that, bro.
Told him that, bro.
That's
Yep.
why. That's,
And
he's-
Thompson was snitching too. Let's not.
They
ignore
overstepped,
that.
period. Yeah, and Balky was snitching for real. But they
Balky and
overstepped,
Tomsula.
right? And you got to pull them to the side and be like, bud, of course you ain't gonna say blood, but you know what I mean. You pull them to the side and be like,
but Shane don't do none of that.
It's
So
my
you know what I mean?
area.
He-
That's
he
not-
more or less-
But he created an issue that didn't need to be there. Is my point, and
Exactly.
that's starting the
Right.
smoke. That's starting
not what
that
you
sparked
say.
it a little bit.
It's not what you say, but how you say it. And if you say it the way he said it, oh my god, dude, a lot of people were pissed at
It
Shane.
came off as so fucking arrogant. Oh, you guys don't watch enough football.
Yeah. Really,
The fuck.
really.
And the Bills do it all the time. Like, what the fuck? That's the stupidest
Grant
shit you could have
Cohn-
said.
Grant Cohn, I don't really agree with all the time. Some of his shit is just a little
I fuck with
sensationalist.
Cohn a little bit.
You know what I mean? But
That's cool.
sometimes he does make, you know what I'm saying, good points. Now, he did that show the day after. He did a show with his dad, and his dad's Lowell Cohn. That dude's a reporter of the utmost standard. So you can respect with his word. And bro, you should have heard him. He was pissed. He was mad pissed at Shanny and the way he ran that shit. He was like, man, Bill Walsh would be rolling in his grave right now the way he's handling business. You know what I'm saying? Shanahan is too arrogant and he's too stubborn. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, and then he broke it down. He's like, look, Bill Walsh would have everybody there, you know, all the coaches and blah, blah, blah. And he had his way of doing things. He did. You know what I mean? But if you had like, you know, some kind of opinion or advice or something that you saw a different way that you didn't agree with Bill wouldn't outright shut you down the way Shanny does. What? Shut up. You do what I tell you to do. That's not how Bill did it. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, okay, let me hear what you got to say. And
Yeah, Shanny's like a bootleg ass Bill Parcells. We don't pull it off.
and he doesn't take that shit. And we've all known, if you just go back to how many episodes we've stated that he don't even listen to his damn scouts and give them dude love. You know what I'm saying? That just lets know exactly to where he gets down like and how he gets down. You know what I mean? So it's just that way. And that's why we always see dudes in the fucking doghouse, in the Shanny doghouse.
That's a great point, Vet. That's a lot of it too.
They are crap. You know what I mean? But they're willing to spend. You know what I'm saying? So
to a certain extent, they're not signing the free agents that they need to sign though.
But I think that's mostly on Shanny and what's the name right there. You know what I mean? Because
I
they're the
agree.
ones running the day-to-day operations since Jed backed off.
Fire Parag, you'll be all right.
You know, Parag definitely got some type in there, and I that's my conspiracy theory that Parag is really the guy that runs the team. You know what I'm saying?
And he gets some kind of kickback for keeping that salary cap low. I'm telling you that.
Right. That's what I was saying. Front office runs this team, and then Shanny and Lance are just figureheads. You know what I'm saying? They're guys out in the frontmen. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's my own.
Lynch is definitely a figurehead. Shanny runs the show over Lynch for sure.
Now, I'm not going to even get into that. So, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's certain things that need to freaking happen, and then we'll be a lot better, you know. So.
All I know is I think we're going to get this out. I mean, this W.
Tired, brother.
Okay. I'm tired.
Tired.
So,
I agree with you, Omek. I called the L as well.
well, I mean, you know, only the second game in. We got fucking 15 games left, so anything fucking happen. We don't see. But I don't think he's
no surprise. We went
shit.
over on Niners, so that's pretty
Goddamn.
much going to be our show, I think.
Yeah.
We can get to Triple G real quick because there ain't really too much NFL news.
Yeah. Miss Eddie D as well.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would probably, we would have won a couple more if he stuck around.
If Walsh,
Oh.
if Coach didn't retire, we would have run a couple more for sure.
But he kind of did force. He kind of did force. Well, he
Oh
was an
yeah,
asshole.
he fucking had that dude.
Had a little beefing and shit.
Yeah, I'm hella
Stressed out.
paranoid.
I was stressed out.
Hell yeah, hella stressed. I'm telling you, watch that Peacock documentary.
Yeah, that shit was.
That shit's crazy.
I
man.
seen the. I didn't see that, but I seen the what was it? The one on they used to come on the NFL Network where they had the documentary of the Super Bowl teams.
Mhm.
And yeah, he would fuck with
Stressed out.
Bill Walsh.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which Peacock documentary you talking? We talking about Joe Cool?
The Joe Montana
Yeah, Joe
one?
Montana one.
That
Yeah.
shit was dope. It was dope. It was definitely good.
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta peep it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
shit was
check it out.
cool.
How many
Yeah, it's
episodes is it?
Like
It's
6, I
five?
think. 7,
Five?
6.
Hour long?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good
I'm
shit.
gonna have to
Though. Good
binge it. I'm gonna
material.
binge it when
The
I
hour
was
was
binge
quick.
it.
It goes
It was
quick.
good.
because it's
Yeah.
great.
It's
It goes quick 'cause it's great.
informative. You learn hella shit. You know, I learned hella shit like oh shit. It's a history class basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. I watched a documentary on Bill Parcells and the Bill
The two
Belichick.
Bills.
That was sick. You seen that
Yeah,
one?
30 for 30.
That was good. Yeah, that was
30 for
good.
30
I
was
watched
good.
that today. It came out a while ago, but I just got up on it the other last week or something. It was
That was
good.
good.
That was good. I like Parcells. I know he was a Giants guy, and
Oh, yeah,
as
I like
Niner fans,
Parcells,
we're not
too.
supposed to. But I like the way he coached. I like the way he ran his teams. Old school type of football. And it, carried over to Bill Belichick as well.
He's getting the hype from
Belichick's
the
more
Jets.
cerebral, I would say. Yeah, if you get a chance, check that one out, Leo. That one's good too. But I got to get up on the
30 for 30.
Montana one. I've been lagging on that.
Did you do Canelo Triple G?
Yeah. Let's do that real quick.
Do it.
Get this Niner
So
shit out.
moving on, Canelo. That was it wasn't a snooze fest, but it went pretty much how people who aren't fucking Triple G dick riders fucking
Lightweight,
knew
it
gonna
was
go.
a snooze fest. Lightweight.
I wouldn't say it was
Um,
a snooze fest, but it was
went how you
definitely
thought.
not. It wasn't the barn burner. For
It went how you
sure.
thought it was gonna go. Dude was gonna get Triple G. Just looked old. He looked slow. He just looked
He's
like
40.
did.
yeah. He
He
just
did.
don't. And he's saying he's.
I
not
don't
gonna
like. I don't
retire.
like Triple G. I've never liked him, but I got to give him his props on having a fucking beard, and
Chin.
nobody could get. Yep, he's never been knocked down, and Canelo was aiming for the knockout
was.
early,
Yeah.
and he wasn't even able to rock him. So that dude got a beard. I can't
he's
take that
got
away
a
from him at
fucking
all.
Granite chin, bro. That guy, you know what I'm saying, on the real. I didn't even watch it that day because we was doing other things, you know what I'm saying. But I jumped on it before we got here, and I got to the end of the ninth round, and I didn't see anything, in my opinion, that would suggest that he did anything because he didn't show up until like the ninth round, and I would say that was the first round I gave him.
Yeah,
unless
I
missed
said 2
something.
rounds. I gave him 2.
Yeah.
Unless I
did too.
missed something in those last 3 rounds.
Yeah,
He didn't
he
drop
won.
him.
I think he got the 11th or the 12th.
11th.
maybe.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I think at
No,
the
I
yeah,
don't think he got the
sure.
12th. Yeah, he got the
I
11th.
completely agree that he looked very slow, and I don't know what he was doing. It seemed like he just couldn't pull the trigger a lot. And then when he did, I mean, it was really bad because he was trying to establish that jab. But every time he threw the jab, he brought it back. When he brought it back to his hip and then up to his chin. And that,
the hand speed of Canelo just gave him too many
Yeah,
problems.
it was.
well, I mean,
and
that's
his
just
decline
fundamental.
more. Yeah,
That's a fundamental flaw, though, that they teach you from day one in boxing. Jab out, bring it back. Straight, bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're not supposed to let one go until you bring the other one back. You know what I'm saying? And you don't ever here to here and then here. And that's what he was rocking it with right hands all night, nasty hooks.
Well, he's
So
getting
I don't know where my man was with that one. Definitely agree with you guys that he fucking took every shot that was thrown his way, even the hard ones, and just kind of walked through them. It seemed a lot like a zombie, but he
the
just
scorecards were fucking.
Oh yeah,
terrible.
they were fucking.
Really?
Oh,
115, 113, 115, 113, 116,
What?
112.
Are
Yeah,
you
he's
kidding?
fucking
Okay,
insane.
so I heard there was a controversy or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But from what I was watching, I was like, "Where's the controversy? He's just getting his ass walloped all over the ring."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I get where it came from, the fucking scorecards. Because whoever was watching that fight and scored anything with a 2-round only advantage, that motherfucker definitely was getting paid.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
one round, bro. 115,
It was
113 is
one.
one round.
115,
Yeah.
113 is one
That's
round.
one round. Yeah, because if it went the other way, we 114, 114 would have been a draw. You know what I mean?
That sounds like 2 rounds to me because 115 and 113, but I would say 114, 115, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it shouldn't even have been that fucking close. I mean, none of the other ones sound any better, to be completely honest with you. Those scorecards, those are ridiculous. You know, I gave him at the most, and if you say he got another round, I saw 1 round only at the 9th round that he actually won, and even
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
kind of like whatever.
Yeah, these just
Maybe the
fucking tripping.
10th and 11th, I would give rounds.
They
that I
all
would
got
give.
paid. They all
I think
got
got
paid.
11. Maybe got 9. I
They
mean,
got
three
paid.
at the very most. Most
3
times
at the absolute
at
most.
the very
3.
most. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't see
So that's
it at
9
all.
to 3.
I don't see it at all. That shit should be a lot different. You know,
Yeah,
for real. You know, you're talking about it should be like 115, 10 fucking 1 or some shit like that. It just no, that was ridiculous. Those scorecards sound like a blind man put them together and watched that fucking
Yeah.
fight. So yeah, I see nothing from his output that would
He
say
was
that he
asleep.
deserved to even be in
Yeah.
that ring. To be honest with you, he did not come to fight that night. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But
Leo went to sleep just
that was
talking
bad.
about it.
You can go night night. You went night night.
It was
All
like,
right,
I'm
it was a
dead.
snooze fest, I guess. Fuck.
I mean, it was exciting if you like a beatdown, you know what I mean? Because that's basically what was going on in that fight from every
Yeah, it
round
was.
that I saw.
It was cool.
I was just happy because I'm a Canelo fan, but I
Mhm.
wouldn't say like I'm a biased Canelo fan because I gave him shit for many years
Right.
about the level of competition that he was fighting
Well,
early on.
see, that's the one thing about us. We're consistent. You know what I'm saying on this show. If we bash a guy and then he does better, we'll go back afterwards, admit our fault, and give him his props. You know what I'm saying? And if
A
it's
lot
our
of
dude
motherfuckers don't do that.
and he's lackluster, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, because they love doubling down. And a lot of these dudes who are lackluster and then come to fight, we'll give them their props too. You know, we'll shit on the people that are our heroes if they're not doing what we know that they can do because we know what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Just because we can't do it is why we get pissed off. So that's you know what I mean. That's how we do it here. And
Well, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get in that fucking ring. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm
so
good.
I'm just saying that's just the way it goes. You know, in my opinion. And,
Yeah, I thought
that's-
that Canelo gets so much flack. I don't get it because
Oh.
my argument is this: he's got the best resume in boxing of any active current fighter. Right? Am I wrong? I
Speaking
can't
of
think
which,
of anybody.
you seen that
Go
pound for
ahead.
pound list? You see that pound for pound list they got? I think they got him at number 5 or number 6 for the fucking
I
pound for
glanced
pound
over it
list.
real quick. That's
I
around
haven't
where
seen
I'd
it.
have him, though. That's
Huh?
around where I'd have him.
Good, really?
Yeah,
Even
I
even
put
under
it at the
Errol
top.
Spence too. You have him under Errol Spence?
Yeah,
they had
because
him-
he took the L to
they had him at
Bivol.
number 3.
Because he took the L to Bivol. I mean, I
I
know.
know, this is what I don't like about boxing.
Well,
They
even
basically they don't reward you for taking chances. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll shit on you if you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, if you take a chance. I think he
But, I mean,
deserves
I
better
think-
props for that. For going up to fight.
I think 5 is fair. I think that's about where I'd have him right now.
I don't have him under Errol Spence though. I mean, even with the loss, I don't have him under Errol Spence. Like what?
The Spence has been solid, man. I mean, and he's undefeated.
Yeah.
So on any
The-
pound for pound list, that usually comes into play. Record.
Right.
It shouldn't. I don't think it should as much, but it does.
I think it should if it's a strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah.
fought a lot of good dudes and you know what I'm saying, you undefeated, then you true undefeated. But if you fought a lot
And
of
pound for pound is very objective list anyway, because you're looking at
true.
every guy in every division,
True.
and like you said, strength of schedule is not going to be the same. Some guys are in weak ass divisions and could be
Yeah.
undefeated,
bunch
whereas
of hands. Yeah.
now resume wise, Canelo has the best resume. There's not even any debate about that.
Well,
If
'cause it's
anybody
quality,
active-
yeah. That's right.
Of anybody active, okay, I could say Sean Porter had almost as good as a resume as Canelo, but he's retired now
Yeah.
because he fought Thurman, he fought Spence,
Fought
he
quality
fought
opponents.
Crawford,
Yeah.
he fought Crawford. Who the fuck else he fought? He fought everybody. He fought everybody at welterweight, damn near.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but there's a lot of people say Canelo ducks these younger guys. Well, they're not even younger. Let's get that
They
out there
got
right
they
now.
got Inu
Andrade
number
is
2.
34, and Charlo's 32.
Well,
Charlo is a month older than Canelo.
Usyk is 4, and they got Tyson Fury at 6. But that don't make no fucking sense.
Well, you have to realize too that list you're looking at. I know you're looking at the ESPN list. That's a very biased list. They're notorious for over pumping
and Bivol is number 8.
Top ranked fighters.
He beat Canelo, so how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, I had Canelo. I had Bivol over Canelo.
You need to update it.
Yeah,
My battery's going low, yo.
Yep.
All right, it's all good.
All right.
We're gonna get out of here in a minute anyway.
All right.
Right on, man. Right on for coming on.
All right,
let's wrap this up.
Still on.
Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Still on. So I mean, I don't know. It's but then we got that. But then we got Spence and Crawford. Maybe it'll change after that when they fight in November. Is that when this supposed to be?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's gonna set a lot of things right there.
Yeah.
I got Crawford in that one.
I think it's a date
for sure.
Yeah, I do slightly. I slightly got him only because he's kind of a sav. But I mean,
yeah, he can just do more than Spence can do, I think, and he's got a lot more lateral movement and power in both hands. So,
but Spence is a lot harder to. He's a lot harder to hit, a lot harder to figure out.
Nah, I don't find him hard to hit. I find him very strong. He got good body power, body shots. He's good with the body shots.
Yeah, but he's technical. He's not. He's not reckless.
He's not technical like Terrence Crawford, though. There's levels.
I think Crawford takes that fight. To be honest with you,
yeah. There's levels.
Go to 12.
Spence is good.
Same.
But Crawford, I would say,
in the 10th. If he doesn't get him in the 10th, it's going to the whole thing.
But
Crawford is like a generational talent in my book.
Yeah.
But Spence is sound though. He don't leave himself open to a lot of shit.
He's good.
He's got good defense. He's got movement.
Definitely.
He picks his shots really good. But
this is going to be.
I don't know. It's
but adjustment wise,
this is going to be the best fight we've seen in quite some time, in my opinion. It's got the hype. They're both, what I'm saying, kind of entering their prime, if not already in their primes. You know what I'm saying? And they're very.
He's got more power. I mean, Crawford got more power.
Totally.
I would have liked to see the fight happen before Spence had that accident because that gives a natural excuse for all the Spence fans if he loses. He's not the same.
Well, he had 2 hard fought. He had
carry a lot of
good
weight
fights
though because he's definitely fully healed from all of that. You know what I mean? So they.
But the eye too. He had the retina problem.
Right.
Against Pac. He had to the Pacquiao fight.
He's good. He just won a title, so
he's legit.
I think all of that's behind him now. So I don't know if they could try to use that as an excuse, but that would just be kind of going sour grapes route. So
I've been arguing with the people about the Canelo thing though, all week. I just think if he goes and he fights Benavidez, right? That's what everybody wants is Benavidez, Charlo. But if he goes and beats Benavidez, you know what they're gonna say? They're just going to say, oh, he's too young. He's too young. He's not experienced enough. He's in a lose-lose situation. And like I said, I'm not a Canelo groupie. Like,
no.
I've criticized him when he hasn't fought.
The people that have actually fought and the people that have done boxing and the people that do fight and know and are actually in them circles are going to tell you straight up, well, he came to fight. Doesn't matter. He's a kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could say that shit about Canelo when he fought Money May.
Yeah. He was inexperienced.
Yeah, and he wasn't ready for
that. I think stylistically he would have been a problem anyway, but it is I get what you're saying.
But he learned from it and now he's getting better. So they could say all that shit, but it's still all that matters is he took the fight. And Canelo will, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just the kind of person he is, dude. He's not going to run from nobody. And he doesn't want to hear that kind of shit ever being spoken about his legacy. So, I think that's definitely going to happen. And then we get another treat when the boys meet up together.
See Canelo knock out fucking Andrade. That's what I want to fucking see. I want to see him fucking light Andrade ass up.
Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade been talking a lot of shit. All of them dudes.
And Charlos.
But see, my point to that is you can't reward these dudes for not fighting each other. That's another thing because what we want to see is the best fight the best. And Canelo's already been battle tested. These other guys haven't. They have
Yeah.
nobody on their resume.
Yep.
So if
They
you
all
if he
wanted
takes
to
that
show-
fight and gives
Yep.
into the fan pressure, what is that message really sending? You can just not fight anybody and then you can get to fight the cash
Yeah.
cow.
That's
So
right.
in that regards, I'm
True.
riding with Canelo on that.
Because they're all trying to get the bag. You know, what I mean? They
Waiting
don't wanna
around,
fight each
waiting
other.
around. We
Yeah,
can't
they don't
encourage
wanna
that
fight
shit.
you. Exactly. Because they all think they got a legitimate, beef for that claim at number one contender.
Yeah. Whereas they should be in the mindset of this dude ain't fighting us. He's moving on. He's already in the Hall of Fame. We need to make some shit happen to get the public clamoring for that fight. So
Yeah.
Benavidez fights Charlo. Then whoever wins that fight is going to have the inside track to Canelo fight. But I mean, there's a lot of not knowledgeable fans out there.
I want to
will
see
say
Canelo
that.
fight Ryan Garcia.
I would love to.
I want to see.
Oh, Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. Let's touch on that real quick. Real quick. But what do you
Well,
think about that?
Silva.
I'm kind of shocked that the dude actually took the fight, to be honest with you.
I am
But
too.
I'm still not in the fucking mind of this dude fighting fucking old people. Like, look, like
Exactly.
fight someone fucking
It's a sideshow kind of
fight
thing.
one of your boxers that goes to your fucking
this-
gym. Like, goddamn.
I
Fight
get
Mike
that.
Perry. Fight
I
Mike
get
Perry.
that, but this is oh yeah, that would be a good one. This is the livest dog he's faced though. Out of all the MMA fighters, this is one of the even
Yeah,
at an
but-
advanced age of 47.
But it's still
this
MMA.
is-
Like, it's not even.
No, I'm
it's
not giving him
boxing.
props, bro. I'm not giving him any props. I want to see him fight a boxer as much as you do. But what I'm saying is, out of the cast of guys that he's looking at in his pool,
Yeah, well, for
Anderson is
sure.
probably the toughest
Well, for
fighter he
sure.
could fought.
Yeah,
Easily.
definitely.
Easily the toughest fight.
I
Because
mean, he knocked out
Andy-
Tito.
Anderson is basically, you know what I'm saying? He
Strike-
is a boxer, pretty
But
much.
what does it
Yeah,
prove even if he
always
wins?
fight.
Like, what does it really prove?
That he's still on that hype that he wants to be a boxer. He doesn't want to stop just yet, in combat sports.
But you're not fighting
No,
boxers.
it doesn't
though.
prove
Like,
shit. To
We
those
know
of
this,
us
Womack.
who
We
know.
know this.
You know what I mean? You're not fighting an actual boxer. I think you ought to give him more props if he actually would have fought Ruckman. You know what I'm saying?
And we're not
But-
the ones buying these fights.
Right.
This is his groupies, his YouTube guys. I'll never pay for a Jake Paul fight,
No.
regardless of who he fights.
Definitely not. But he's steady talking about he wants to be taken seriously,
yeah,
but,
but you're not.
you're steady not fighting an actual boxer that's competing, you know what I'm saying, in the division right now, which
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
So he still gets no props. He's still just a sideshow clown, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh, he is.
I'll
this
pick
fight-
Anderson in this fight.
Oh yeah,
this fight,
easy.
I hope, he comes hard and he does what he does best, and that's counter.
Mhm.
You just
I mean,
fuck
that's-
around, give him a knee. Fucking while he's at it.
That would be great. I love
Anderson
that.
got good movement and good timing as well. So I
Yeah.
think that's going to
He's-
be
100% counter puncher. So that's definitely going to be, the thing. And then that's what he hangs his hat on. Even in UFC, he always counter punched the shit out of people.
He's
So-
a
Remember, he beat
boxer.
Chavez
He must
Jr.
have boxed
too,
before,
so he's
right?
I'm going to
He's a
say
box.
Anderson Silva wins
must
this fight,
box, though,
but
right?
I could easily see him get robbed. He's got to knock him down or knock him out.
Yeah,
I could see him getting robbed.
But he doesn't have
I
to
can
worry
see
about kicks. He doesn't have to worry about being taken down. He doesn't have to worry about.
I don't think he
So-
gives a fuck at this point.
All he
When
has to
fights.
worry about is hands. So for a kid like him that's still learning still learning his way, I think Anderson's probably going to have his way with him. He probably might not have the power to put him out.
Maybe he might throw it. He might just get that money and throw this fucking fight. Like, he said it's 47. He ain't fucking looking to prove fucking nothing.
No, but
I don't
he
think
money for
Anderson ain't
retirement.
Anderson
He's
ain't
not gonna
really
just lay
the
down.
throw him kind of guy, dude.
He ain't gonna just lay down, dog.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
I don't see that. I could see that. I say the judges rob him more than anything.
I don't know. He could pull that Woodley fucking cartoon.
I thought the
fucking
Woodley.
fall.
I thought the Woodley
he-
beat
he
him.
could get knocked
I thought Woodley beat him the first time,
Yeah, I didn't see.
and
But that
and
that
could be
cartoon,
knocked
fuck,
out.
that Bugs Bunny fucking knockout that fucking on that second fight. That should just look.
I don't think Anderson's taking the dive. I could say that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Alright.
I mean, you could be right, but I don't see Anderson's prideful. He's a prideful type of dude. So he's a stand-up guy, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, money does talk, so you never know.
Yep. But he's gonna
Yeah.
get paid big bank,
And
regardless.
that's coming
of
up too. That's October
Yeah, that's soon.
20th or something. I want to say.
Right. And he's gonna get big bank regardless of how this fight
Yeah.
goes anyway. So I don't think he's gonna take a dive for anything.
Yeah. Good damn.
You
I
know,
will
it's
say
gonna
that Jake Paul is going to be juiced to the gills because they don't drug test
Don't
him in his
test him for
fights.
this.
this is true. But then that means that Anderson can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So
Go on Vitor mode.
you might see that Anderson Silva from like 10 years ago that just
Get
tears
that
shit up.
Vitor
You know what I
stuff.
mean?
That's what he needs to do. Holler at Vitor.
That's real. Some more
Get
TRT,
that grade
please.
TR. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, they ain't
Yeah.
testing for shit on this one. You know what I mean? So this might be very nice. So we'll see. And until he actually fights somebody who's an actual boxer, whatnot, he ain't never gonna get the props that he supposedly wants.
Yeah, I fought hard for this. I take this serious, but you don't
and
fight
then
knowing that.
Yeah, you're not fighting an actual boxer. You're fighting people that specialize in other
Smart.
shit.
He's
And
definitely smart, and he's getting advice great business wise. But
right.
we're boxing fans. We don't give a shit about that.
Fuck
I
it.
don't want to hear that bullshit that I take this seriously and I want to be taken seriously, and you never fight anybody, that's actually, fighting for a boxing association, WBC, WBO, whatever.
Fuck him and his Jay
Go get a
Leno.
run-of-the-mill boxer, dude. I mean, even a guy who has a shit record, you know what I mean? I'd even have more respect. You fought a tomato can, you know what I mean? That can't get off the ground in the fucking WBO or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're not fighting anybody who's actually practicing the craft. You know what I mean? The closest you came, in my opinion, is Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Before he became MMA.
Yeah, he has an amateur background.
Yeah, he does. And so, he started out with that and then branched off into MMA later. So, you gotta, that's the closest he's come so far, in my opinion. I would have been like to see him fight Rahman. I think Rahman would have knocked his ass out, be honest with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Badly. That's why they started making all this bullshit ass fiasco that they put together. So, that guy is just a sideshow, and I'm never going to think otherwise of him. But sometimes his heart's in the right place. Like, he tries to help certain fighters that don't get that love, so that's pretty cool. I mean, he's not a complete jerk off, but still, I don't. This is all just a ploy for him to be in spotlight and get some extra paper.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can end it on that note. I think we covered a lot. Niners fucking dominate.
That's always down. But for good reason though. Shit. A lot happened. What the fuck?
It's going to be a hell of a season. It's going to be a strange season. It already is.
It already is.
Yeah.
Already is, bro. So let's just hope that let's just keep praying that, third time's a charm for Jimmy and we get to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? And if he stays or if he sails off in on a yacht, you know what I mean? Either way, we'll have another ring. Let's hope.
And let's hope they don't go fucking 6-11, please.
I hope not.
No, do not go 6.
I hope they win. I hope Jimmy wins. I hope he does.
11 or 12 wins in this year, but like I said, I'm still of the opinion it can go anywhere from 10 to 14 wins. But
all right, fellas.
Because I had to center it down. 12 wins.
They can go from 1 to fucking 16. That's just.
Dante Whitner said we're going 15 and 2 this year. 16
He was hella hating on Jimmy fucking last year. Fucking
wasn't he?
On that shit. And now
all of a sudden, my man was like,
they flip them dudes flip flop all of them dudes.
I love hit.
Steiny and Guru. Now Guru be hating on Trey. He was on the Trey train. Now he's not.
What I'm saying is, I look. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna Trey bash no more. I think, in spite,
we don't give a shit what you do.
Well, I don't give a fuck what you think.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
I'm out of here.
Let's go.
All right, well, we're out of here.
Man.
We heard enough of this guy. Catch y'all next week.
Bashing.
Fuck Womack. We're out.
I'm not gonna.